Guys, I am so fucking excited. Excuse me, I am so freaking excited. Welcome everybody. Are you guys all excited? Because I really am. We're gonna be getting the players in right now. We're gonna see, we have maybe some interviews set up, possibly, but in just a second we're gonna be getting right into these games as soon as we get all the players here in the lobby. It is 5 p.m, which means of course it is time for the tournament to begin. This has been the event we've sort of been leading up to for like the entirety of this month. All of the ERCS has been culminating to this exact moment. Is Joe in this tournament? Who's Joe? Who's Joe? Oh shit. Okay, so anyways, we're gonna be getting ready. Yo, thanks for the sub, by the way. After speech, I appreciate it. We're gonna be getting right into this as soon as we have everybody in here. Just gonna be a few minutes. Let me double check to see if we do have any interviews potentially. If anyone is interested in sharing some of their thoughts going into this event, seeing, you know, I want to hear. Okay, here's the thing that I want to know. Since a lot of these players, for those who don't know these players in the event, a lot of them are actually kind of new to the game. Either they are just hearing about it within, you know, the time since we've contacted them, or they're just sort of new to the game by the time we contacted them. So I'm curious exactly what a lot of these players' training has been, because honestly, a lot of them have been grinding pretty hard, even if they're new to the game. Despite the fact that they are so well known, you know, from whichever games they came from, they're actually quite good at the game here too. I've seen a lot of them grinding on Twitch. I've seen a lot of them, you know, preparing a lot for this event. Thank you also, Level 1 Shrimp, for the sub. I also really appreciate that. But I think it should be pretty hype. I think a lot of them, I've heard a lot of people say, oh, Alex Hitch is favored. Alex Hitch is in great shape. Guys, I think you're sleeping on a lot of these players actually popping off and bringing some insane gameplay. We're almost completely full. Lukey did manage to make it. Excellent, excellent. So once we get everything together, we're gonna maybe throw some interviews together, and after that we're gonna get right into the game. Yes, that is in fact Smash Samsora. The one, the only, that is in fact Alex Hitch, the Patchouli Toho Battle Arena main. I can't believe you made it. Do you have a lineup of the contestants? You're looking at them right there. There's also the player list command if you want to check that out to see who exactly is in this event. Yes, IKeepItTaco is here. Like, legitimately, guys, this insane lineup, like, I can't get over it. Thank you to everybody who is here participating. A massive shout out to absolutely everybody who is here participating. All right, guys, 1 second, we're gonna be doing some interviews and then we're gonna get right into the games.
Hello friends, it is me again, it is me, Dyrus. I am gonna be the interviewer today. It's been a long time since we've had interviews, so I'm hoping that I'm not too rusty. We have 4 people in the interview room today, and I'm so excited to interview them, so let's drag the first person into the interview room. Hello? Oh fuck, we are not on. 1 second. Hello, can you hear me? Hello? Catonmarz?
Oh, okay. Sorry, you're on my stream, man. That surprised me. Whoa. All right. Hey, how's it going?
Oh, no problem. Hello. Thank you so much for joining us today for the first ERCS Invitational ever. We are so glad to have you, and you are the first person to be interviewed today. So, I have some spicy questions for you. My first question will be, how long have you played Eternal Return?
Well, I don't like to brag and intimidate, but I've been playing for a whole 5 days, so...
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, you never know how fast people can improve that. I bet you can still pull out some really, really amazing plays. 5 days is probably enough to learn the basics of the game at least, and more if you are have affinity with this genre.
Oh yeah. No, I'm known for not this genre, but that's okay. I've got a lot of confidence, and I'm not going to get 18th place.
Awesome. We stand self-confidence. What a king. So, what have you been doing to practice?
Actually, honestly, my shout-outs to my chat. There are so many people in my chat who have played this game, just like telling me how all the builds work, what to build on people, and all that stuff. I've just been grinding games on easy characters. I ain't even gonna front. I'm not like I know a lot of the people I'm playing against are ex-pros, and they're gonna just flex on me all day if I actually play something difficult. So I go for the lowest common denominator character and just try as hard as I can to learn that.
You know what?
Yeah.
That's totally a valid strategy. I think I started the game the same way too. So, you know what? I totally support that. All right. So that leads me to my next question. If you could name like one or a few players that you think are the scariest in this lobby, who would they be?
If I had to take bets on the people who I think are going to win, and this is just purely no insults to anyone, just in my opinion. Dyrus. I know Alex Hitch is in here. Dyrus and Alex Hitch are both actually really, really good at just macro stuff. Samsora, I heard, plays Emma, and Emma's busted. And Turk is kind of my black horse for this. Turk is like from Heroes of the Storm, and he was a killer in that. So those are my bets personally.
That's true. We do have quite a few of ex-HOTS players today. So, yeah. Well, despite these players that you named, are you confident that you'll perform well today?
Yeah, I got something spicy set up. Like I'm not looking to, honestly, if I can get top 9, I'd be happy. But I got a few tricks up my sleeve for like playing against people who I think, strictly speaking, if I'm in a 1v1 situation with, I won't beat unless I'm kind of stacking the whole deck in my favor. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I totally get you. Okay, thank you so much for joining me for this interview. We are kind of low on time, so I'm gonna move on to the next person. Thank you so much again for joining me.
Yep.
Okay, next we have Kuvira in the interview channel. Hello, Kuvira, can you hear me?
I can. Hello?
Hi. Welcome to the ERCS Invitational. For our pregame interview, I have just a few questions to ask you. For this tournament, what did you do to practice? Did you do anything special?
Not really, actually. I didn't really prep that much, but so Shui helped me with like builds and stuff, and for a bit right now before, just went over stuff like really quickly, and because it was like I didn't prep at all, and it was like, please save me, and he just came in and saved me as well, and
That's
yeah.
true. Shoix
And I had
is a
another
very
friend.
good coach, yeah.
Yeah, another friend as well was Kuma. He's like a person that organizes. He
Oh,
organizes like LOR tournaments and stuff, which is
Yeah.
which is cool.
So, how confident are you from your practice?
Like on a scale of 1 to 10,
Sure, if you, yeah.
I mean, I'd say a confident 2.
So 2 out of 10?
Correct.
Hey, that's more than a 1. I am so here for that. Okay, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm gonna do one last interview. So,
yeah, sure.
our last interviewee for the pregame is gonna be Maplestreet. Hello, Maplestreet. Can you hear me?
Oh, hello.
Hello. Thank you so much for joining me for this interview today. I feel so bad because we're running a long time, so I can't ask you that many questions. But I have one question for you. We've been watching you grind grind your practice. So how confident are you after all the practice you've been doing on and off stream?
Oh, I'm so confident. People were telling me how Alex Hitch is one of the best players in the region, but I'll have you know, I played on a team with him, and he was supporting me because I was a carry. I got the skill.
That is a great answer. We love to hear it. Okay, we're gonna be jumping right into the tourney. I'm gonna give the mic back to Skaz. Thank you so much for joining me, and good luck in the tournament.
Hell yeah.
Alright guys, it's your boy Skaz. I am back and it is time to get right into the very first round. But before we get started, let me grab my co-caster and then we can get right into the games. Hey Homecoming, can you hear me?
Skaz, can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing alright. I am pretty happy. Listening to those interviews, I'm kind of hyped, actually. I didn't know like how much practice each player is going to have. Looks like people have been at least playing for a couple days, so we've got some games in our hands here.
Dude, honestly, like from looking at like a lot of these players have been streaming in the ERBS category. They've been showing that they have been preparing. I think we're going to see some pretty good gameplay out of pretty much everybody. Like I would be shocked to see if anyone hadn't at least put some time in practicing. And I've been talking to a lot of these players privately, giving them information from other pros in the community, giving them, you know, guides, builds, routes, whatever they need. So yeah, I think they have done their homework, at least most of them have, and we're going to see some pretty damn good games out of these players. But are you ready to go into the first game?
I am quite ready to go into the first game.
All right, let's do it.
How are you feeling, Skaz? Who do you think is going to win it all?
Dude, I think that the obvious answer is that Alex Hitch is a beast. He has been playing in these tournaments for so long. He was a finalist in both the Solo Open as well as the Squad Open. But is he going to end up pulling off the entire thing here in the finals or in the ERCS like invitational final? I don't actually know. I feel like there's a lot of players that are actually really slept on as well. But what were you going to say?
Alex Hitch this, Alex Hitch that. I don't think he's going to show up today. Honestly, some of these HOTS players have been impressing me on streams. So I'm not really looking towards Alex Hitch. I know he's the fan favorite, but I think he's really contested today.
I think the HOTS players are definitely, the HOTS players in particular have been grinding a ton leading up to this. Just playing the game even before I ever even contacted them about the invitational. Dyrus, let's talk about Dyrus. Dyrus has been playing this game longer than Alex Hitch ever has. He's might have been playing the longest out of anybody here. So like Dyrus is one of these players who could definitely pop off in a huge way as well.
Yeah, Dyrus has played even longer than me. When I was still getting into the game, he was like running one of the first in-houses I was ever a part of. This was while I was still super new to the game, and he took first in a lobby of like super well-known players, and ever since then, I've looked to this guy with like a lot of admiration. So he doesn't put that much time in the game anymore. And I don't think he was ever a super big grinder for this game, but he is really talented. So
there's also one more player that I have to highlight before we get into it, who's actually, I think, maybe the absolute most slept on player, despite being one of the most hype people even being in this tournament, which is of course Samsora. I saw Samsora play the game for the first time yesterday. He streamed his gameplay yesterday. He was playing Emma. Dude, Samsora is an absolutely like cracked Emma. He's actually so good at Emma, and I had no idea he was so practiced on this character.
You're telling me yesterday was his first day? Wait, when did he start? How long have you been playing?
That's my first day I've seen him streaming. He's been playing the game for a while. I think he's just been very low-key about it.
Wow. Yeah, I was facing him yesterday with the verse, and I mean, you know, a verse and Homecoming tier, you can't lose, but they did put up a good fight.
Ooh, we're already seeing Luki. He is really, okay, he's been labbing super hard on Heart lately. He is putting a ton of pressure onto Samsora. The player we were just talking about, he is showing this very, very strong early aggression with the finished Gilded Quill fan, but he is still just on a starter guitar, so it's gonna be hard for him to end up getting any kills here. Man, he is determined to put this pressure on. He wants to get this kill, but he is whiffing the Qs on all, like he's whiffed 2 in a row, actually.
This is not what you want to see from either player. It's going to waste a lot of time, even if one person ends up getting the kill, which probably won't happen for a long time. Both players are going to be stepped out pretty far from this.
Luki, oh so, oh my god, this unbridled aggression, Luki. Chill, Lukey. But anyway, so Samsora is, since he is being pushed so far out of his zone, Samsora will be forced to go up into alley. His build plan has been completely disrupted by this. Lukey is dropping very low here in this engagement. The Samsora is showing that he is very strong on Emma, landing a lot of his skills so far. But Lukey, he is ticking 40 HP, so he's got some pretty good food to his name. And Samsora, after all this, is just forced to go away. But no, feviknight has an Azure Dagger. No, Samsora.
Samsora here.
Samsora, no.
You should have shared screen real quick, guys.
Oh, have I not been? Oh,
Yeah,
my bad.
I've been watching stream.
Thankfully, we are not on a delay today. Here, I got you. Okay, now you can see it live the second it all happens. So
the assault on Samsora has been postponed for now, but for both those players, it's not going to be very good. As you can see, Samsora can't use his teleport anymore. Is walking up. Maybe looking through alley, but other players in the game definitely on purple weapon by now.
So Samsora was definitely, whoa, my game is like really low FPS right now. One second, let me try and fix that. There are some things maybe messing with me. But yeah, Samsora, he got griefed really hard there at the beginning of the game. We're seeing MichaelUdall in kind of an engagement against turk 69. turk 69. Oh, Turk playing Kiara. He's trying to go for the standard sort of Mistleton type build on Kiara. Although, unfortunately for him, MichaelUdall not too far away with the spiky bouncy ball halfway to Ruthenium Marble. Turk 69, he drops the ultimate to just engage on him. Keep in mind, MichaelUdall, he has no mana at the moment. He's sort of used up everything, but he does have good food ticking, so he's probably going to make it out of here alive.
Food's definitely MVP here. He doesn't have purple weapons, so he can't really fight back, but it looks like he can just strolling out of there.
Yeah, it looks like it. Ooh. Oh. Okay, but the thing is, also, he hasn't finished his weapon yet. Also, feviknight here, she's got the Azure Dagger finished, and it's a very powerful early game weapon. MichaelUdall is in a lot of trouble. I'm noticing in this tournament match, these players are playing so aggressively. I love it.
This is good. There's action pretty much all over. Whenever two people find each other, they don't really let each other go without trading a couple blows, and it's always what we're looking for.
This is what peak Eternal Return gameplay looks like. It's just
truly
unbridled aggression from literally every party. Although we do have our first blood, as feviknight did end up slaying Turk. Turk will be the first one to fall here in the Invitational, getting chased down by that Azure Dagger Zahir.
Turk used the ultimate on MichaelUdall earlier, and I guess he couldn't walk away or take any fight with feviknight, who went the Azure Dagger extremely early, and looks like it's paid off.
So feviknight's actually one of our players who's been playing the game for a while. She has been playing. She played in the Squad Invitational, or sorry, not Squad Invitational, the Squad Open. I believe wasn't she was on Mike Young's team, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so like she's been playing the game for a while. She's been putting some time in. I've never seen her on Zahir though, personally. I wonder if that's a pick that she's been practicing specifically for this, or just like a character maybe that she's sort of turned to recently. Ooh, we have Yozu. We have Yozu in a big fight against Maplestreet. Maplestreet's been grinding a ton of Sylvia lately. Yozu being taken awfully low. He has the Mountain Slicer done, but Maple, he is looking tanky and strong at the moment. Yozu, he gets bite comboed. Oh, but a beautiful dash away to the bear, but unfortunately the bear does enough damage to take him out.
What was that? MichaelUdall was just walking fast on the beach during all of this. And
yeah, he's just kind of...
He avoided that confrontation entirely.
He's just kind of vibing. Ooh, he's got the finished Ruthenium. He's got the finished Burstnet. Now Maple's in a lot of trouble. Ooh, Maple just trying to bike out of there, but it's not going to end up paying off. Maple does end up falling to MichaelUdall.
Actually, a lot of really well-placed skills by MichaelUdall there. Maplestreet didn't have much to play around.
Yeah, the thing is, like, so he was going for, isn't this the build that goes like Beach Uptown Factory or something like that? Like, he's been playing a lot of different types of Sylvia builds. It's been something he'd been picking up. HOTS player. Ooh, okay. Putting a lot of pressure on. This is pretty good. He's got a lot done with both the Magnum Boa and the White Rhinos and the motorcycle helmet. I kind of like where this is going.
Any of Marbles here is very scary. Looks like all mobility's out of HOTS player now. So looks like MichaelUdall is gonna. Is it Fan?
I'm pretty sure that's Fan. I don't know for sure what their username is. I'm like 90% sure that's Fan.
Anywhere else, so I will assume that this is Fan.
It probably has to be. Oh, Elementz. Oh no, we have Elementz versus Dyrus over here in Pond, as Elementz does end up getting chased down. Dude, Dyrus is stacked at the moment. He's got the Mithril boots done, Sheath of Shah Jahan, optical camo suit, and the Electron Blaster. Unfortunately, Elementz was struggling with just an Azure Dagger, and he did end up falling. Another kill, or sorry, I think it's Dyrus' second kill here after he also picked up Samsora, poor Samsora. Ah, no. Samsora, who got griefed so early by Lukey, and now he did end up falling to Dyrus as well. So Dyrus picks up a nice clean double kill here over in Pond.
it did seem like a matter of time before Samsora fell. So much time wasted early because of the early grief. Oh my gosh, on the other side, actually, IKeepItTaco falls to Sona.
Yeah, there's actually so many fights happening all at the same time. Alex Hitch is in a fight against HistoryTeacher, aka my boy, Mr. Smelly. He's getting, now he's getting sniped over here by Catonmarz, who's trying to third party this fight as HistoryTeacher slash Mr. Smelly is not trying to maybe get back into this fight. Okay, HistoryTeacher, I see you. I see you running away there. Heads up play.
Honestly, I didn't even know that HistoryTeacher had played this game, but Mr. Smelly, that's a beast IGen, and I'm kind of rooting for him now. Dude,
Mr. Smelly, sorry, HistoryTeacher, who? We only know Mr. Smelly here. My boy, Mr. Smelly, he's actually been playing the game for a while now. This is one of these things. There's a lot of these players who you know from other games. You know them from, they're notable players in the games that they played, but you don't know that they're playing Eternal Return. They're all like incognito. They've all been like secretly grinding Eternal Return, and like we found out, like, oh, dude, these people, they're all super into this game, and they just like nobody knows it. It's so cool. I love it.
It's honestly like big when a lot of these players that were huge in other games, like, they come to my stream or like they talk to me and they're like, yo, oh my gosh, you're so good, and it's like, wait, I've heard of you from like this game. I was your fan for so long.
Yeah, like, but, wait, this is wrong. I should be saying this to you. Like,
yeah.
What's going on?
But it's really humbling, and I'm glad I can see all of them start to play in this tournament we have today.
Ooh, Sona, she teleports right onto MichaelUdall's location. Oh, beautiful God. Damage and pressure coming out of Sona. MichaelUdall is in a lot of trouble, but a beautiful ultimate re-engage from Sona will be dropping him incredibly low. If she manages to get the final few hits, then Michael will surely fall here. All it would take is about 1 or 2 more crits. But no, rather than pushing into Zahir, since Zahir does have really good kiting potential, instead Sona's just going to disengage here, and MichaelUdall forced into just the corner, considering maybe even running into the red, he's just going to be able to get away for free.
Not a bad idea to let him go there. Zahir with Hermy is quite the issue to catch.
Wait. Well, you know what? Hey, if you're not fighting each other, you might as well just get your own objectives done. Just trying to teleport out a little bit and cooking some food. You know what? It's respectable. I appreciate that. Dude, do you want to talk about this?
Oh gosh, Alex Hitch, you sweaty guy playing AR Aya. Assault Rifle Aya is a build that scales really low, but actually he just finds Luki on the wall very low. Looks like it's gonna be a pain to get out of here, but he actually does just walk out.
So the thing is about like AR Aya is, yes, it's an absolute beast, and yes, Alex knows exactly how to itemize correctly. He's already full build perfect items for this AR Aya build, but he knows that he can't really chase that well. What he has to do is just farm up consistently, because this character has really poor chase. They just have, like, if you get into a head-on engagement and both parties just try to, like, hit each other, right? And not just like run away from each other. Yeah, the AR Aya generally wins that fight like 9 times out of 10, especially when you're just this well itemized. Ooh, Dyrus is farming up on the side. He's actually looking pretty good. He still has those mithril shoes. So basically what he did was the old like beach dock hospital build. This is a really common thing to see, especially on ISIL, especially on, you've been seeing it a lot more on Razi too. They kind of revived that build just a little bit. Yeah, this build, dude, do you know anything about this build? Do you want to say some things about it?
So this is the Beach Dock Hospital special. It's a really strong 3-zone for pistol users, and it kind of works off of the fact that HP is so good right now in the meta. A lot of characters don't exactly deal with percent HP that well, so having HP, on an accessory like magazine, having HP on a helmet, having HP on the arm, it really works especially well. And then if you have crit in your build too, like he does in the chest here, you can kind of pick off squishy characters just as effectively.
Yeah, it's actually quite crazy. Oh, we do have a fight potentially breaking out between these 3 players over here at Wick. Wick just spawned Alex Hitch, feviknight, and Sino. They're all trying to contest it. It is the main neutral objective for this game. For those who are new to the game, ooh, actually hold that thought. feviknight, she is in a lot of trouble right now, as Alex Hitch is just a beast on that AR Aya build. Man, you really cannot just fight that head on. You are going to be in a lot of trouble. And Sino is about to find out exactly what we're talking about here, as Alex Hitch just sort of right clicks on Alex. Although the beautiful combo from Sino, it mostly connects, but it will not be enough, as Alex Hitch just right clicks his way to victory against both Sino and feviknight. Jesus, that is a lot of damage.
Alex Hitch just got a lot of mastery from 2 kills too, so this is going to be a scary character scaling into late game.
Yeah, he knows that, like, if ARI sort of remains unpunished, it is one of those builds that's just nearly impossible to outscale. It's so powerful if you can get it going, and if he thinks that the lobby can't quite punish him well enough, then maybe that's the, you know, that's the correct build for him. That's sort of the decision he made going to this tournament. Because funny thing is, like, I don't think of Alex as necessarily an ARI player, but he sort of just read the situation and decided that's gonna be the best for this lobby.
Yeah, definitely. I know he's been putting a lot of games on it the past couple days too, so hopefully this is going to be a culmination of all his recent work.
Yeah. Oh, we have MichaelUdall. Here it is. Once again, you're seeing that huge amount of damage coming out of Alex. He's so powerful at the moment. He's aggroing Wick, trying to pick it up. God, look at that damage. It's just melting right now, but it's going right into real BamBam, who might get the chance to take it here. The trap does activate. Although Wick, she re-engages back onto Alex, and just like that, Wick will end up falling. Alex secures it, and he even gets the chance to loot it as well.
Wow, yeah, you can't really run into AR after AR activist fully stacked. If he is 14 weapon mastery right now, which I think he should be close to.
He's no, he's at 13. He's very close though.
Oh wow, yeah, AR active is gonna be very scary at this point in the game.
Ooh, we have Dyrus, Alex, and I believe it's FanHOTS over here, all getting relatively close to each other. Dude, FanHOTS is kind of stacked. He doesn't really have the kills set to give him the mastery, but like he's got pretty decent farm. He's got all of his items done. He's in pretty good shape. All of our players are actually like sort of, except for Catonmarz, actually everybody is over here on the left side of the map. Real BamBam engaging onto Alex Hitch. Alex Hitch has to pop the ultimate. We're seeing BamBam dropping incredibly low as he tries to burst Alex before he has the chance to do any damage, but just like that, it looks like Alex Hitch will be picking up another kill. You're seeing just how powerful this late game scaling ARI is.
There's still a couple characters like in the game that can do pretty well against him. As you can see here, the Zahir versus I matchup, it's pretty Zahir favored if he can keep his range. Alex Hitch uses movement ability to try to get in, but it looks like MichaelUdall is kind of relaxing right now.
Yeah, right there, you kind of saw Alex take no damage from that Q. It's not because the Q doesn't do damage, it's because just Aya in general, her passive ended up activating there, which absorbed all of that damage, but now it's down, so she's a little bit shields down. Ooh, HistoryTeacher, aka Mr. Smelly, trying to run away here. I mean, not only is AR just such a beast, but also seeing AR with that Wick bleed, that's so hard to deal with. Ooh, Catonmarz playing full amp Sniper Aya. I actually really like this. Unfortunately though, with being on cooldown, Alex is sort of free to just walk in here and try and get all the damage in.
Mr. Smelly also comes, but it looks like HistoryTeacher's walking fast. Alex Hitch really wants the kill here. AR active is ramping up. There's no third party yet. It looks like Alex Hitch will take the kill on Catonmarz and just leave.
Okay, so these players, they need to identify the fact that Alex is in insanely good shape right now. He's already at 15 mastery. He's got 4 kills. The dude's farmed. The dude is stacked. So if they're gonna have any chance of taking him down, they kind of need to, I don't know, maybe just necessarily hit him at the same time, real fast and real hard. Though I do want to check out Dyrus's items, because Dyrus, over here in Cemetery, he's managed to finish both. I mean, he had the Methyl Shoes basically forever, but he also managed to finish an Auto Arms already. So Dyrus is in really good shape item-wise.
He has been farming for a while too. He hasn't been involved in a lot of fights. He still has 3 kills to his name, but a lot of the kills he's had have been pretty low resource. He's kind of showed up at the right place at the right time with the item advantage, and it's really paid off for him. Dude's
been farming too. He's got 3 kills. He's actually in really good shape. He's almost at that level 14, which means he's gonna get a second weapon skill. Pretty strong position. So before we get too much further into this game, while we do have a little bit of downtime, well, I mean, we have some players getting pretty close to each other, but assuming a big fight doesn't break out, okay, hold that thought. Actually, it looks like there's gonna be a big fight breaking out. There is no downtime in this lobby. Everyone is so trigger happy. We have FanHOTS. He threw the ultimate onto Mr. Smelly. It did manage to land. You're seeing that huge amount of damage that Rozzy can output if you do manage to land most of your combo. But unfortunately, Rozzy now stuck between these 2 players and aggroed with the bear as well. But he kind of is in great shape. He lifestealed a bit off the bear. He's full HP already. His food's ticking too. But one thing I wanted to point out, Hoko, before we get into the end of this game, I know a lot of the people here watching this broadcast, they might actually be new to the game because, you know, this is a fresh game. You probably haven't heard of it. This is Eternal Return. I want to point out some quick mechanics things because yes, it is a battle royale, which means it does have that sort of like closing in zones, less and less zones. Oh, whoa, hold on. Mr. Slay with the beautiful charged nunchuck D skill over the wall. Yeah, it gets the beautiful stun onto FanHOTS, but it looks like Mr. Shelly's gonna be the one taking most of the damage in this engagement anyways, as both these players just sort of back up and disengage from each other. But as I was saying, these zones, basically, they're gonna be closing slowly over time. If you see a zone that's marked in red, that means it's a restricted area. That means that you cannot go there without, well, eventually just blowing up entirely. You don't take damage while you're in there, but you do have a 30-second timer that carries over between all red zones. So if you're trying to like get away from someone, you can dip into the red zone, but for the most part, the red zones are restricted and you can't go there. As these zones end up closing, as our players get eliminated, there's just going to be a few zones left for them to be in. They're going to be forced to get closer and closer to each other and eventually break out into a fight. And of course, the last person standing does end up winning.
A few things to notice is that every zone also has a console somewhere in it that gives you vision of a majority of the zone. And these consoles last for like 3 minutes 40 seconds. Looks like Dyrus just grabbed this one, so he's gonna have a lot of information on what's happening in dock without actually having to see them himself.
So just there, you saw Mr. Smelly get chased up into the red zone. You saw that timer ticking over his head. If that reaches 0, if this timer reaches 0, he is immediately eliminated from the game. So it's a risky thing to end up in the red zone because you do kind of need that timer for later in the game. But for now, he's just going to use it to get away because honestly, it's better to be alive for now than it is to just die. You know, you want to make it as long as you can because placement points, they're definitely a thing. Kill points, they're definitely a thing too. Just surviving as long as you can is very important. So right now,
kind of following suit here. He's still in the red zone. It looks like his timer is going to tick really low. He's still taking a TP out though. So
yeah, he's opting to use the TP over in Chapel to get over to Cemetery. He can't have a lot of time left, which is, again, it's a big risk going into the end game. Ooh, Dyrus versus Alex Hitch. It looks like Dyrus is going to be, since he has the traps to fall back to, he is a little bit safer against Alex, and Wick Buff is about to run out on Alex. So Dyrus, he has, you know, really good levels. He's level 18. He has a chance of winning this because his ult is also stacked up pretty high as well. I think his trap mastery, let's see where he's at. Yeah, his trap mastery is looking pretty good. So Dyrus is actually in quite good shape to fight against Alex because he can potentially just kite this fight out for like basically forever.
Yeah, definitely. He has to use his range really effectively though, because if Alex Hitch gets in or if they're just trading autos, Alex Hitch is always going to end up ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. So what do you think about ISIL? Like, what do you think ISIL's chances are in this final zone? It's going to be a dock final zone, by the way.
I haven't been paying attention to how much Dyrus has been making traps this game, but I think if he does have some fire traps, I think if he does have some double guillotines, this actually might favor him over the Aya here, especially if he can control like one side of the zone. It's also highly dependent on Alex Hitch whether or not he has cameras, because if he can ramp up his AR active off of like you know, traps or other cameras, then he's just a really formidable threat in the final zone.
Ooh. So we saw FanHOTS drop some C4s in the bush there. Mr. Smelly did end up hitting one of those, taking a lot of early damage. So now Fan is on the aggressive. Oh, a beautiful vault over Mr. Smelly to dodge that D skill coming out of the Nunchuck Dylan. Although unfortunately for him, Alex Hitch is here for the third party, and yeah, he is a formidable opponent for sure. It looks like he's going to be using the chicken to life steal a little bit left to get some of his life back because he was in a little bit of trouble HP wise. But now we have Mr. Smelly getting chased out by Alex Hitch, and he's just gonna be hitting a bunch of traps over here from MichaelUdall.
MichaelUdall wants to piece too. The trap actually connects, but Dyrus and Alex Hitch, it's a big thing here. A lot of traps take Alex Hitch's health down, but he has pretty good food, and he's had pretty good food throughout, so it looks like he'll be fine for now.
Dude, those traps are actually huge. He's been stacking them up too. If he manages to get that sort of like setup in the zone ISIL, he is the only character who has a free trap in his kit. Wait, who's... Ooh, Alex Hitch has remote mines. My god, dude, Alex Hitch came to... He didn't just come to play, he came to win.
It's really good that he's controlling zone this early too. We have a minute 10 before the rest of the zone closes, and it's just this little square around console for final circle. A lot of players are fighting, but nobody seems to be getting involved in anything too committing.
Yeah, honestly, like, this is still anybody's fight. Like, if these players all identify that Alex Hitch is the major threat, they can gang up on him and try and take him out. Like, teaming is not allowed, but, I mean, if you're in the wrong position at the wrong time and everyone's sort of hitting you because that's just your position, you know, it could be pretty unfortunate for you. And since Alex is just sort of taking center zone right now, the final square will constrict to just this tiny area. So if he's in the center, there's a good chance everyone will just try to like pile on him while he's right there in the center.
Yeah, so a little thing Alex Hitch is doing here kind of before the final zone closes is he's trying to box Dyrus out of this little corner that he wants to have. If Alex Hitch controls this bottom corner, he also has the top corner controlled already with his traps. so we'll have a lot of room to play with on this zone. But if he gets flanked by Dyrus and pushed into other characters here coming from the top side of the zone, it's bad news for him.
Yeah, he does also have the remote mines down, so he has control over the bush as well. This is sort of the most powerful position in this final square, because if you have control of the bush, you can sort of see people and attack people without being seen or attacked yourself, at least until you start attacking. But we do have Mr. Smelly and MichaelUdall all trying to contest this side of the zone as well. But MichaelUdall, he only has 3 seconds left. He's pretty much guaranteed. Okay, he made it back in, but he did end up dropping to Alex Hitch anyways. No, Mr. Smelly ended up getting the kill there, but now he's in a lot of trouble. He gets hit by one of Dyrus's traps, and just like that, Dyrus, FanHOTS, and Alex Hitch are the final 3 left in this square. FanHOTS is going very hard onto Alex Hitch, but Dyrus gets caught by the ultimate. He's now in a lot of trouble. He has to get out of the square if he wants to survive. A beautiful E out will get him the distance that he needs, although he has like no HP to work with, but he has a lot of timer to sit down and rest with. Alex Hitch, he's at about half HP, ticking 48 without healing reduction. FanHOTS is in actually kind of great shape right now. Oh, the ultimate drops.
Ooh. Yeah, oh my god, HOTS player actually wants it all, but Alex Hitch has really good sustain through food. Looks like his shield is popping quite a lot. Alex Hitch used active for AR about 20 seconds ago, so he should have it up again soon. Dyrus using all cooldowns to try to box himself back in the zone. Uses the traps down and gets a lot of damage, but you can't man fight an AR like this. He really wants to hold his corner and start pushing up the traps like he's doing. He has to be careful here and kind of maybe play with FanHOTS to win this.
So one thing to notice is that actually Dyrus is slow rolling this double guillotine. He's been holding on to this to make sure that he has, yeah, look at this. He is setting up all his traps right here in the square. He has sectioned off like half of the final square. It belongs entirely to him between all of these traps. It's gonna be hard for anyone to dive on top of him. And now Alex Hitch is forced onto the left side of the square with basically no traps to fall back on. Dyrus is in such good shape here positionally. Ooh, he's got 2 mock mines here as well, so no one can contest there. Oh, go ahead.
He can play off his corner here, but it looks like no players really want to commit because they don't want to get third party and take the second. Everybody wants to play for first here, but there's only 15 seconds left on the final zone, meaning the final zone will disappear. And it'll be all up to timers by then. Alex Hitch is seeing that traps are expiring from Dyrus, and Dyrus is kind of not having much to fall back to now.
2 seconds left.
Are still playing off time. There's 2 seconds until the final zone goes down.
But who has less time?
Does drop. Oh my gosh, Alex Hitch had 3 more seconds, gets the kill on FanHOTS, and he takes it home with the 5 extra seconds.
Oh my god. Wow. That was an insane ending right there. So what happened? So let me break down exactly what happened there. It looked like Alex Hitch was the last person to have attacked FanHOTS. Now, there is a mechanic in this game that was added relatively recently that you may not be aware of. So the timer, that very all-important timer, you actually gain 7 seconds left when you get a kill. And since Alex Hitch was the last person to attack FanHOTS, when FanHOTS dropped to the zone because he had no timer left, Alex got the timer. He got the 7 seconds, which propelled him way ahead of Dyrus in terms of timer, and he was able to easily clean that up and end up taking first place. And so that's going to be it. That is the conclusion of game number 1 in first place. We have Alex Hitch with 6 kills, an absolutely dominating performance, being the powerhouse that he was from the mid-game onwards. He's got 20 mastery, an absolutely insane game coming out of Alex Hitch. In second place, we had Dyrus with 4 kills. He had very, very good positioning in that final square. He brought traps. He brought very good tactical play. So GG to Dyrus getting second place. And of course, in third place, we had FanHOTS, who was an absolute threat till the very end. Congratulations to FanHOTS for also getting third place in game number 1. Also, honestly, the entire final square with those 5 players, with HistoryTeacher, aka Mr. Smelly, and MichaelUdall, that was a crazy final zone.
The biggest thing was that FanHOTS actually went down to Alex Hitch instead of Dyrus. Alex Hitch originally had more timer, but the 7 seconds, if it would have gone to Dyrus, that would have been the end for Alex Hitch. So you're kind of thanking your last auto 10 seconds ago if you're Alex Hitch here. FanHOTS was kind of hiding in the bush, but he did have the last hit on FanHOTS, so it really came in clutch.
That was absolutely crazy. Also, I want to give a shout out to Sona. She managed to pick up 2 kills. So nicely done, Sona. Very nice with those 2 kills. All right, guys, that's it for round number 1. We're gonna get set up with round number 2. Remember, there are 5 rounds in this invitational, so if round 1 wasn't enough like crazy action for you, we still have 4 more absolutely insane games to go. So stick around, guys. We're gonna be right back with round number 2. All right, guys, before we get into round number 2, we actually have a few more interviews. If you want to hear from our players, here's some of their thoughts. We're going to be doing that in just a second, guys. Sit tight. We'll be there in just a moment for a few more interviews.
It is me again, Alteris. I am back for some quick mid-game interviews. I have some very interesting things to ask about, so let me get our first interviewee, Samsora. Hello, Samsora. Can you hear me?
Hello, how are you?
I am great. Wow, you had quite a chaotic early game there. My question for you is, how did you feel?
I didn't expect the game to start like that. I was like, okay, this person's not going to hit me. I'm going to look at our items. There's no way he's going to waste so much time. And then he just chased me for like 30 minutes, and I knew the game was doing after that. And I felt absolutely abominable. But since I know that, you know, people don't play like that, I'm going to change my round and stuff like that.
Oh, that's a smart play to change your game plan, so maybe you won't suffer the same fate. It was definitely very, very crazy to watch from a viewer perspective as well. So yeah, I'm rooting for you in game 2. I know you can bring it back, man.
I hope so. As long as I don't get grief like that again, maybe I could do a bit more.
Hell yeah, I believe in you. Okay, thank you for answering me today. I will drag you back into the waiting room. Next up, we have Yozu, our Shoichi player. Hello, Yozu, can you hear me? Hello? If you're talking, I can't hear you. Friend? I'm gonna give him like 10 seconds. And if he doesn't, we're just gonna move on. Okay, wait. Oh, he's typing? Yozu is typing? ... Hype? Yeah, Oh, hi, okay, you're finally here.
Yes, I'm here.
Thank you so much for joining me for this interview. I have one quick question for you before we start round 2. So, you had a crazy fight on beach where you actually fell to the bear. Can I ask you what you were thinking when you hopped onto that bear in an attempt to get away?
I'll be honest, I just tried to limit test because, you know, it's like the first game, so I'm just trying new stuff, but I actually hard into it and it was really embarrassing, so...
Limit testing in a tournament, honestly, I stand that. I love it. That's great. I believe that you'll learn from that and show a great performance in the second round.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for joining me again. Let's get on with our next round. I will be giving the mic back to Skaz. Thank you so much.
Okay, hey, can you hear me, Homecoming?
I can.
All right, let's get back to the games. We still have 4 more games left in this series. Homecoming, coming out of game number, what is that, game number 1? How do you feel?
I was pretty impressed actually by the amount of aggression, and honestly the skill level. I know a lot of these players haven't been playing for, I know, a very long time. You have like people like Alex Hitch and Dyrus who have played like for quite a while, but a lot of players who haven't been playing for an extended period of time kind of been putting on a show. It's fun to watch.
Yeah, honestly, all these players, like, I was saying going into this, like, I've been talking to a lot of these players. I've been seeing them, like, grinding. I've been seeing them practicing. I knew everyone was sort of sleeping on everybody in the Slavia's practice they've been putting in. These players have been really preparing for this, and I love seeing the fruits of their labors. Everybody's showing such good games. I'm really hoping, okay, here's what I am thinking going into this next game. I really want to see Samsora thrive. Samsora, he was our player who kind of got griefed at the start of that last game. So I still really want to see some awesome stuff out of him, because I know that he was just sort of stuck in a really rough situation last game. So guys, it's time to go. Let's get into game number 2. I'm also curious. Oh, go ahead.
I think the perpetrator, Luki, kind of realized that he got set behind super far back too. So I don't think we'll be seeing anything like that again, but who knows? We'll see what level 1 Avenue is looking like.
He is slamming that hard again. So that build, I actually know exactly what build Luki's going for there. I think it's kind of similar to Samsora's. No, it's not exactly the same as Samsora's build path, but it's definitely along the same sort of area. So what Luki's doing is he's doing. Have you seen this build much? It's Amp Bohemian. Have you seen much Amp Bohemian lately?
I've seen the Bohemian itself fight me at tree night 1, and I have some permanent scars from that guitar. I know that guitar doesn't scale with weapon mastery as well as like some other weapons do, but the early mid-game power for a guitar itself, and then using it coupling with the Bohemian's raw stats are pretty terrifying.
Yeah, the thing about so that build, basically what it is you're going to be going, it's like a 3-zone build between Avenue, Pond, and Cemetery. If you get everything you want from those 3 zones, it finishes all 6 items. It's actually kind of an insane build. Yeah, it's like full amp everything except for Bohemian. And the Bohemian basically is just like high attack power and max HP. You don't really care about the crit. It's just the high HP and attack power. So it's actually kind of cool. That being said, though, okay, Samsora, he's completely adapting. He's going for a temple start. He is not going to be caught in Avenue this game. Ooh, but that being said, there are 4 people in temple. I don't know exactly who is spawning there, but there's a lot of people to deal with. If you're trying to maybe get your stuff done, especially if you were struggling last game, having to deal with 4 people in temple total, that's pretty rough. Looks like it's going to be Elementz, who's on Zahir once again. Oh, Luki.
Oh no, not again.
This man's aggression cannot be quelled. He is... Oh, I love it. I genuinely love it. He is so aggressive.
Luki did build a green guitar before drawing aggro this game, so there is some character development here.
Ooh, we have an engagement over here between Turk and Dyrus over on Beach. I don't think either of these players have their weapon even on green yet, because of course this is pistol we're talking about, but I think they're both on the exact same build path. So they're kind of trying to maybe get some pressure on each other to stop the other person from getting their stuff done quicker. Although Dyrus, he gets the chicken. Yep, that's the green. So he finishes his pistol with that leather. It's a 60% chance to drop off a chicken. You do want to try and get that in order to finish your items, but it's tough, man. If you get like bad luck with those chickens, it can really it can set you back quite a lot.
So I think looking between Turk and Dyrus, they're on the same exact build here, except that Dyrus got the leather. If Dyrus finds a battery in one of these boxes, there might be some build cannibalism going on that might help him speed up. Oh my gosh, BamBam and feviknight. feviknight's just throwing autos down to Sheer Dagger, and BamBam doesn't really have the items to actually fight this. feviknight reaching with the W's as in... Oh my gosh, the passive movement speed is enough to catch BamBam for first blood.
Yeah, just like that, BamBam will end up falling to feviknight. Man, when you can finish an Azure Dagger that quickly, which I believe was between Temple and... Wait, no. Oh no, was it? Oh no, it was Elementz who's starting in Temple. No. So it's Ali's school to, I believe, finish your Azure Dagger. When you can finish it just between 2 zones, that's a huge power spike, especially on Zahir, who's just one of these characters who does a lot of damage as soon as they finish their purple weapon.
Yep.
Ooh. Okay, I was concerned for a second that maybe FanHOTS may have finished their Electron Blaster, but no, it looks like it's just going to be Kuvira still on just the white weapon, but also FanHOTS also just on a green, so not too different itemization-wise. Ooh, Catonmarz with the finished NTW and the drop near catching lukilukidota over here in Pond. Unfortunate. That is a huge power spike for our Sniper Aya player, and just like that, Luki, he'll be going down in game number 2 right here at the beginning.
So a little update on the Turk versus Dyrus race to do the same exact build. Looks like Dyrus did get into the hospital faster. I feel like one of them is about to start hitting the other one. It looks like Dyrus is gonna be the one to draw aggro.
Ooh, but Turk, they have similar items finished at the moment, but Turk, he does land the ultimate on a Dyrus, but that being said, he didn't manage to trigger it, so it's gonna be in a lot of trouble. Ooh, feviknight actually catching Alex Hitch, taking him incredibly low. He doesn't have his weapon done yet. He's trying to do the scythe build, but oh, Catonmarz!
Alex Hitch squeaks by. Oh my gosh, barely dodging out the Q from feviknight. Catonmarz just out of his vision range. Kind of feeling happy about getting out of that one.
Oh, Alex
Catonmarz is gonna find feviknight, the perpetrator of Alex Hitch's low health bar. But it looks like Catonmarz will be running maybe straight into a healed up Alex Hitch.
Ooh, but feviknight's actually doing so well here at the beginning, but eating most of that W, dropping quite low, but Catonmarz, just like that, a few more shots coming out of feviknight, and Catonmarz will end up going down in the end. An absolutely beautiful performance so far at the beginning of game number 2 for feviknight.
The spell weaving on the 210 Korea ping. I'm impressed by what feviknight's doing so far.
That is actually, I didn't even think about it. That is incredibly bold to be picking Zahir on high ping. that is insanely bold, and we're seeing such beautiful Zahir play coming out of feviknight. She's doing a wonderful job. Ooh, Maplestreet might be catching MichaelUdall over here, but he has the finished Ruthenium. He is quite strong at the moment, but then again, ooh, Maple though, he is committing on top of a big burst coming out of the Zahir. That's maybe not necessarily the position you want to be in, as Maple does drop to about half HP. Can Michael end up closing this out? It doesn't look like it, with the wall coming down the finish line being dropped from Maplestreet just like that. He's going to be able to get away. Good disengage there from Maple. He was in potentially a really rough situation right there, but he managed to get out just like that.
Yeah, he's still got items to complete too, so it's not like that matchup won't turn around as he finishes his items and maybe finds a later fight.
Ooh, FanHOTS, who I believe is struggling to finish their items after both Dyrus and Turk were on the exact same build paths, will be getting caught out here in factory by Dyrus, trying to vault over to get that distance, but it's not going to be enough, just like that. FanHOTS, he does drop after getting 3rd place in our previous round, but Dyrus, I mean, Dyrus is no slouch. Dyrus is in incredibly good shape both of these games so far.
Yeah, it looks like he has maybe some trouble finding his items in beach. Oh,
there are fights breaking out.
Sona in a fight with Yozu here. It looks like there's gonna be a disengage after Yozu blows the ult, but meanwhile, Mr. Smelly taking down feviknight on the other side. feviknight was actually kind of tearing up the lobby, but maybe without a completed chest piece, full helmet, Mr. Smelly kind of HistoryTeacher, kind of putting in the work.
Yeah, like during that engagement we were watching between Yozu over in Alley, I saw that feviknight was getting really low in a fight somewhere else, but unfortunately we cannot see 2 fights at the same time. But just like that, we did miss Mr. Smelly actually taking down feviknight, who's been doing so well this game so far. Though it looks like Sino is in a rough situation here as he is caught between both Maplestreet and looks like Samsora right above him. 2 poke mages, kind of in a lot of trouble. He's gonna just opt to go over here into hotel, run away, and not be in these engagements. Hey, look, that is a lot of danger between them. But over somewhere else on the map, over in Factory, Dyrus, he catches Kuvira over here in Factory.
This is Dyrus' 2nd kill in Factory. He's kind of owning Factory right now. It looks like all wolves are down, so he might start walking select to another zone to go to, but he's kind of got it unlocked. There's a fight between Turk and HistoryTeacher. Oh my gosh, HistoryTeacher has so much raw damage with Spiting, trying to get in crit. Wow, that was pretty handy.
Dude, that was a beautiful, that was an absolutely beautiful engagement from Mr. Smelly. They're putting a ton of pressure early onto Turk, taking him nice and low. Keep in mind, Dylan's ult is technically an execute. It deals more damage the lower HP his target is, or sorry, her target is. Dylan, very powerful character, especially if you're in those like one-on-one engagements that goes a long time.
That's not the only thing too. Oh, MichaelUdall, Maplestreet walks into a bush with him, but it looks like not much will be happening. Maplestreet with the disengage using pistol active. I think he'll just stroll out.
Yeah, sort of.
Another thing to notice about that fight before, HistoryTeacher actually used the unstoppable trait from the Dylin ultimate to negate the root, I believe it is, on the Razi ult as well. So coupled the execution and turned out pretty well.
Yeah, honestly, I gotta say, like, all of our players, all these engagements have been like, they've been really intense. Like, I love almost every single fight that has been seen here in this game. Also, I'm really happy to see Samsora getting to stabilize, getting through the early game after being griefed so hard in game number 1. Samsora, one of the players who I actually was really enjoying watching his practice sessions before the tournament. He has a really strong Emma, and he's showing the build that I saw him on pretty much in all of his practice games, which is, you know, Wind and Fire Wheels, Covert Agent Uniform, your sort of semi-standard high amp, high CDR Emma build. We're seeing a bunch of characters over here in school. Looks like Maplestreet, Sino, and Sona, all three of them getting awfully close to each other. As we know, anything could happen if these players decide to engage on each other because, well, let's just say Sylvia is an incredibly aggressive character and can choose to be in any fight that they choose to be in. But also keep in mind, like, Sino playing Lennox, which is a character we haven't seen a lot in the solo tournament, and she's pretty, I don't know, Lennox can pull some pretty crazy stuff, right?
Yeah, I'm looking forward. It looks like Sino's still looking to finish build here, but put an arm piece and put an accessory, and then we'll hopefully see some cool plays.
Yeah, let's check in on Dyrus. Okay, wait, is this just like a pivot? Is this an annotation? Oh,
yeah. This actually...
Hold that thought. We actually have a fight over here in Avenue between Sona and Sino. Sona opting to stand still to negate most of the damage from that Lennox ultimate. A really good choice there. Oh, a nice pull from Sino. Is going to pull Sona right back into the fight. Oh, a nice ultimate to try and get the execute onto Sino. Sino's dropping really low. Sona trying to maybe get the kill before gets away. Oh, Mr. Smelly.
Wow.
Dude, his ultimates are so on point in this tournament. He is playing out of his mind right now with that, like, auto attack. Look at that damage coming from that auto attack nunchuck Dylin. Oh my lord.
Sona wants to re-engage, but both will be kind of trading hits here. It's nunchucks against gloves here. The glove active goes out, but looks like both don't really want to commit too hard. Yozu comes into third-party Sona here. I believe Sona might still have the ultimate. Yozu looks to go in. Sona's kind of trading blows, but Yozu has the edge. He can come and finish. Oh my god, Yozu squeaks the last hit on Sona. Gets the heal, maybe for a history teacher third party?
With just a sliver of HP. That was an absolutely insane finish to that fight. Both those players dropping so low against each other, but now Yozu might be getting caught here by Mr. Smelly, who's been doing so well in this game so far. Yozu dropping a half HP. Remember, he is on cooldown for that ultimate, so he doesn't really have that as an option if he wants to just dash around a bunch of... Oh, what a nice juke. Throwing out the second Q and then dashing to it to try and juke out Mr. Smelly, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. Oh, dagger still comes back up.
Wow, Yozu actually does get out of here. Beautiful uses of his cooldowns just to stall for dagger active, and uses dagger active to put history teacher off his tracks.
Dude, Yozu's Shoichi is so clean. That was some of the best, like, dodging and weaving in and out of a fight I've ever seen from a Shoichi, basically ever. But Mr. Smelly, smelling that there is a potential target over here, gets the re-engagement. Now it's up to Yozu to try and either do enough damage to win this fight or have more clean jukes once again. Again, going for the second Q activation to W to try and juke out Mr. Smelly, and I guess it's gonna work. Ooh, Maplestreet picking up Wick for free over in Pond. Okay, I see you, Maple. I see you.
That was not what I thought was going to happen 1 minute ago before history teacher found 2 characters in his sights. I think he actually just wanted to do the Wick on spawn when he found Yozu originally. But ever since he started chasing Yozu, Wickling just kind of ran away and goes to Maplestreet.
Ooh, Dyrus doing exactly what ISIL wants to do in order to catch someone, which is just chain those Qs. But a huge burst in exchange back onto Dyrus from Samsora almost wasn't enough. But in the end, it is Dyrus who ends up taking Samsora out of this round with a very nice engagement, a good catch, and good chase. Honestly, that's like perfect. Honestly, perfect, like, textbook play, textbook ISIL chase play coming out of Dyrus. That was really nice.
And this is where a lot of strength from Dyrus's build comes from too. He could chase so hard because he didn't really have to worry about the Emma damage. If he just gets hit by a couple abilities, it's fine. He has the health to take it. And then the crit cloak skill damage reduction as well in mid-clutch.
Ooh, but we have Yozu also potentially going to be fighting Dyrus over here. Dude, Dyrus is so, like, Dyrus has been so consistent in these tournaments. I feel like every time I see anybody engaging with Dyrus, it is always Dyrus who is like on the advantage. It's everybody else on the back foot against him. His spacing is perfect. His damage is high, and like his chase is just super on point. Dyrus he's doing very well.
So you've got 6 players left here, Skaz. Who are you feeling to kind of take the aggression and maybe take away the game?
So there's a few things that you should definitely be paying attention to, right? So obviously Dyrus, he has actually technically he's tied with Mr. Smelly for the most kills currently in the lobby. Oh, and he's about to get into an engagement with Alex Hitch. These players were the top 2 from the last round, and it looks like Dyrus is already putting a ton of damage onto Alex. Alex switching over to Jackie for round 2. He is actually pretty well known for his Axe Jackie, but instead he is actually in kind of a crit version of it, which is something kind of fresh to me. I'm used to seeing, you know, more max HP. Oh, he has smart bombs. Okay. Well, okay, Alex, I see you. We're going for the jump and re-engage. Looks like the Q misses from Dyrus. This is Alex's chance to maybe take Dyrus down. Oh, but he does the pistol skill reset for the extra Q. Wow, with the beautiful read from Alex Hitch, going to make sure that Dyrus does not get away, but the double guillotine does drop. That is going to give him a little bit of distance. The extra double guillotine, and just like that, Dyrus, he does go down to Alex Hitch. So it was actually the camera. It was not just a hard read. Alex had a camera there to catch Dyrus when he tried to stealth and run away. Beautiful play from Alex Hitch, knowing he's gonna need the cameras in order to fight that very slippery stealth-based ISIL character, bringing the stealth detection. Beautiful, beautiful play from Alex Hitch.
Alex Hitch on the Jackie. Who thought Jackie could chase? But after that display of movement from Alex Hitch, keeping on Dyrus' tail the whole time. Wow, he does pick up the kill, and he's gonna get Mithril item off of it.
Yeah, so he picks up, wait, he had Mithril, which one did Dyrus have? He had Mithril Arm. Yeah, ooh, that's a nice pickup.
The radar, actually.
Well, radar has been buffed like quite a lot lately. I'm not too surprised, but still just maybe a little bit. It is interesting.
I guess the crit is that important for him. As you can see, like, the couple autos he did have with Chainsaw, they were kind of putting in work, so... he does opt to keep the radar here with the Axe build. It's going to be doing a lot of damage if he does end up critting, so it does make sense.
Yeah, dude, I can't get over how well Alex played that fight. That was absolutely beautiful. Honestly, Dyrus played it super well too. It wasn't like it was just a one-sided fight. Dyrus had the double guillotines. He threw him down at all the right times. It was just that first missed Q that gave Alex, like, as soon as he saw that Alex was in, like, fully into that fight, he knew that that was his chance to jump on him and make sure that Dyrus went down there. So, again, very good reads from both of these players. Nicely played from both of them. So you had mentioned earlier, like, oh, who do you think are between the 6 players? We're down to 5 now, but who between these players do you think has like the best chance of taking it? I want to highlight a few things. Like, obviously, Alex Hitch, he is a beast. You saw him clean up in the last game, and he's taken out Dyrus, which was one of his biggest competitions. But also Maplestreet, he did get Wick. He managed to finish auto arms and red shoes off of the items he got from Wick, and he's got Wick buff, so he is a force to be reckoned with as well. But we are seeing Alex Hitch getting awfully close to IKeepItTaco, who, despite his incredible farm, he is a little bit behind in mastery because Alex, in addition to matching his farm, also has 2 kills, so he does have that extra weapon mastery. But I gotta say, like, IKeepItTaco, he's been rather quiet this game, but he's looking pretty good going into the final 5.
He's on the dual swords too. I'm looking forward to kind of the raw damage out of dual swords. A lot of the issue with dual swords on Jackie is you can't get on top of people very well. But with the attack power lifesteal on this build, if he can manage to fight somebody and catch somebody before he realizes what his build kind of revolves around, he might be able to pick up some kills in convincing fashion, actually.
So Alex ended up running into the red to grab something, but I don't actually know what. Do you think it's... I'm gonna guess it's maybe Hermes? This is gonna be Hermes.
I'm thinking smart bomb materials. Maybe gunpowder. It is actually...
Oh my god.
that is a little known play right there. Going into archery to get gunpowder after cemetery is also closed. And temple is also closed, but it looks like Alex Hitch really wants to take this final circle.
Holy cow, Alex Hitch flexing for the camera, showing he has like 8 or so. We already saw him drop 1 smart bomb earlier. He is a smart bomb gamer right now, dude. He dropped like 8 bombs on the ground. He is so ready for this final square. You're gonna see so many smart bombs.
Alex Rich showing off that he's got what it takes to sort of contest this final zone.
He's not going to lose to anything. He says, you know what? I don't care. You guys want to go 4v1 against me? Don't care. I've got smart bombs, man. Like Alex Rich, my boy over here. Holy, in an engagement against Mr. Smelly. We saw Mr. Smelly being so dominant in the mid game, but against Alex Hitch, I don't think he quite has the potential to bring this fight in his favor. We're seeing all that sustain coming out of Alex Hitch. This is, of course, Jackie we're talking about, who has an incredibly powerful 1v1 presence, and just like that, Mr. Smelly did not make it into the end game, as it is in fact Alex Hitch who will be taking him down over here in school.
The thing about making 9 smart bombs is that you can only take fights you know you're gonna win, or else you have just wasted a lot of time and effort, and it looks like that's what happened. Alex Hitch felt really comfortable with his chances of winning that fight, so he did take the fight accordingly, and now there's one less person to use smart bombs on in the final circle.
Keep in mind one more thing about Alex Hitch is that he does have all of that mastery from having killed, or sorry, not having killed. I mean, yeah, he killed a couple players, but also he built all those traps that gives him a lot of experience as well. So he's in incredibly good shape, but don't count anybody out quite yet. Maplestreet, he does have the auto arms done. He does have the red shoes, and honestly, he's got levels too. Dude's level 18. Keep in mind, Taco, he's also very close at level 17. And Yozu, we saw some very clean Shoichi play coming out of him earlier. He is at level 18. He is looking pretty clean right now. The question is, who is Alex? Alex. Oh my lord, my boy, showing that he has everything that it takes in order to win this game. The final zone will be Avenue. That means that everything will be stop dropping your bombs, Alex. We get it. You got smart bombs. We get it. You're smart. We get it. Ooh, Taco.
Maplestreet is probably the biggest scare in this final circle. He's currently zoning Taco, and he might be doing that to Alex Hitch if he does walk into the final circle before smart bombs are placed. This Sylvia versus Jackie match was pretty Sylvia favored, as long as Sylvia can save cooldowns, keep Jackie from getting on top. But again, it's like rock, paper, scissors. The Shoichi has a favorable matchup against Sylvia here. Sylvia has a good matchup against Jackie, and Jackie has a good matchup against Shoichi. So some of these characters want some of the other characters to die, and they might play accordingly to third party the people that do counter them.
Oh my god, something I want to highlight. Not only has Maplestreet taken Wick this game, he has 50 hunt. This man is absolutely farmed out of his mind right now. Dealing a ton of damage onto Yozu. Yozu dropping very low. The bite combo comes out of Maplestreet, but the huge amount of damage coming from Yozu. This fight could have gone in any way at any second. Yozu putting up a beautiful try there right at the end. But in the end, it is Maplestreet who does end up closing it out. A fantastic performance there by our only Sylvia in all of these games so far, Maplestreet. Oh no, we're seeing the first of the smart bombs.
There's 40 seconds left in the zone, so they will have to walk in here. It looks like one bomb does connect, but little do they know Alex Hitch has quite the arsenal where those came from.
Yeah, I gotta say, dude, Maplestreet, he's in great shape, just item wise, just with the mastery, everything. He's looking pretty good, but
Oh no!
So, with only 10 seconds left, all of our players will be forced to funnel into this tiny square. Alex Hitch, or more like Alex Rich, who has set up all of his smart bombs here. These players are going to be forced to just walk right into it. Taco. Will Taco be the first person to be forced into the square? Who will be taking the bombs for these players? Oh, Maplestreet comes in. Well, he hits one. He hits two. Will he hit three? There's the third one. He's incredibly low. He has to back out here, but now, oh, Taco hits one. Alex is just trying to get the secured kill onto Maplestreet. Ooh, but some very beautiful kiting coming out of Maplestreet will be forcing Alex to be taking a lot of zone timer. He's not even that tanky at the moment. He's low on HP. The bite combo comes in from Maplestreet, but it will not be enough. And in the end, Alex will clean up that kill against Maplestreet. Both these Jackie players, they no longer have their ultimates to their advantage. And it looks like Alex Hitch, with the extreme mastery lead, will be succeeding in taking game number 3. And just like that, he has won 2 games in a row.
Holy moly, Alex Hitch Going the extra mile, building 9 smart bombs this game and getting to use all of them in final zone. Holy cow.
Alex Hitch, just like that, with 5 kills. An insane game coming out of him in first place. We have Alex Hitch in second place with a very nice placement, and honestly looking like a pretty huge threat was IKeepItTaco with 0 kills in second place. That is a ton of placement points, guys. Guys, keep in mind, it's not just kills that matter. Placement is a huge part of this game as well. And Maplestreet, he did extremely well with an insane farm number of 54. My boy was farming all game, and it really showed as he had even more mastery than Alex with 19 mastery, 1 kill. Third place, we have Maplestreet. And of course, I want to give a huge shout out to Mr. Smelly, aka HistoryTeacher, for picking up 3 kills, being a dominating nunchuck dialing throughout the entire game. And of course, Dyrus as well, playing so consistently. He got 3 kills as well, but he did end up falling to Alex Hitch in 6th place, and that's it. Also, hey, I want to give a shout out to feviknight. May have dropped in, honestly, in 14th, but 2 kills. Beautiful performance coming out of feviknight here in the second game. Guys, we're not even halfway done with the invitational. We still have plenty of game left. That's it for round number 2, though. Let's get started on round number 3. I want to give a quick few shout outs before we do get started. First and foremost, I want to shout out our sponsor, Nimble Neuron. They're the company that makes this game, and they love the NA competitive scene very much. If it weren't for them, we wouldn't have such an amazing event like this. So thank you, Nimble Neuron. We appreciate you very, very, very much. Guys, give some love to Nimble Neuron. They deserve our love. Also, I want to give a massive, massive shout out to absolutely every single person in this lobby. Every single person who is here playing these games right here today. We would not have such a fun and awesome event to show you guys if they weren't here playing. So thank you, everybody who is currently playing. Thank you so very much. If you're here in the chat, if you're here watching, you're enjoying watching these games, watching them play, please support the people playing in this event. Go to their Twitch page, follow them there, follow them on Twitter, drop a sub in Twitch. Whatever you want to do, support everybody here. We love you guys. Thank you all for playing. It's time to get into the final round. You guys are, oh, not final round. This is not the final round. This is the third round, guys. It's a 5-round event. This is not even close to the final round. It's time to get into the third round. You guys ready? Because I'm ready. Let's get into it. Hey, Homecoming, you there?
I'm here.
Oh, okay. So, I have a question. We're going into the third round. This is the halfway point, right?
Mm-hmm.
What? Wait a second, Sona? Sona, she has brought out the Emma. Okay, this is the second Emma pick we now have in this tournament. How do you feel about Emma at the moment?
So Emma has been sneaking her way kind of into the meta. This is a character that wasn't very scary released, but a couple of quality of life changes, and now I think she's pretty high tier. Sona said that she was a Emma main, but had issues playing it on NA ping, so we'll see how the transition goes to kind of playing it on the higher amount of ping than the average player in this lobby, but I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, another thing I want to point out is that Alex actually ended up pivoting over to Kiara. Now, here's the thing about Alex. It's not like you can say like, oh, he's playing his main, because, I mean, Alex is known for playing a lot of characters. He picked AR Aya because he wanted to play AR Aya. He's known for playing Jackie. He's known for playing Kiara. The dude has a variety of picks. So I'm not too surprised that he decided to switch over to Kiara here. Honestly, there's a couple of players in here who have been bringing really good things, and I've been really excited seeing them play. The one I want to highlight is Mr. Schmelly, aka HistoryTeacher. This dude has been absolutely like gaming so hard on this nunchuck island. How do you feel about his nunchuck island?
Like, HistoryTeacher is the guy that I've looked up to since I was like 12 years old playing League of Legends. To see him kind of performing this hard in a game that I've put so much time into myself, it makes me really happy. I really didn't know what to expect from him because I haven't seen him a lot through just playing the game, but oh my god, last game he was kind of schmoving. He looked pretty clean.
Dude, he's got moves. So I was talking to HistoryTeacher when I reached out to him about this event. He was like, oh my god, I love Eternal Return. It's a game I grind with my friends all the time. No one, like, I don't talk about it very much, but I love this game. So I was really happy that he was so excited to come join this event. So, I mean, the dude's been playing for well over a month at least. So it's no surprise to me that he's got some moves. Ooh, Alex kind of in trouble right now. Maybe he got griefed a little bit. I'm not sure. Oh, wait a minute. No, I know exactly what happened. Never mind.
It happened here too. Lukilukidota finds his third victim. It looks like Alex Hitch just squeaked by without too much hassle though.
Ooh, we're seeing feviknight. At this point, hey, if you guys are gonna be in school at all, you need to put some respect on feviknight's name. They've been finishing this Azure Dagger insanely fast, and not only that, Yozu, who is in a lot of trouble against FanHOTS, might be in a lot of trouble against feviknight as well, as she has that Azure Dagger locked and loaded and ready to go. But FanHOTS, he is going full aggression right now, chasing down Yozu and trying to get this kill.
Poor Yozu getting bullied for the third game in a row out of school. Hopefully Yozu found a lighter on the way out, but seems like the forest adventure begins.
Yeah, honestly, this has been I love the beginning of every single one of these rounds. We've been seeing some absolutely insane like aggression out of these players. I also love seeing, oh, Elementz has been pivoting off of Zahir over to Parashu Jackie. But he's in actually a lot of trouble as Catonmarz has finished both the NTW, the golden bracelet, and the magazine. That is a rough position to be in. If one more Q lands from Catonmarz, that will be Elementz going down here, but he jumps away. I don't see how he ends up getting finished here unless... Ooh, oh, just like that. Oh, Elementz. One of, honestly, going into this event, one of my most anticipated players, because I was a huge fan of Elementz way back in the day, and back when he was doing a bunch of stuff for League of Legends. I'm so happy to see him here in this event playing today, and just like this, he's about to get bush checked by Catonmarz. Caught in the bush, he throws down the Q, it doesn't connect, and both these players will just walk their separate ways.
I think Catonmarz didn't really realize what was happening. Kind of looked around like, wait, was that a Jackie in the bush? But he doesn't really have the chase potential, so
he walks through the bush, hears something, sort of, you know, has a little bit of a mod check moment. Sino jumping onto Sona here. Sona jumping over the wall. The pull in from the hat swap does end up connecting. Sona actually taking quite a lot of damage. An unfinished sword here. Well, I guess Sona doesn't have quite a finished weapon herself right now with just the vintage cards to their name. But just like that, she'll be getting away. MichaelUdall.
Is this going to be a death rune, or is this going to be a mystic change? Oh my gosh, FanHOTS actually chasing on MichaelUdall.
FanHOTS has some of the most insane aggression I've seen. Like, we saw him chasing Yozu earlier, and now he is just bloodthirsty trying to finish on MichaelUdall here, as he is just desperately trying to get away. MichaelUdall playing Rapier Fiora over here. Do you think, okay, what are the odds? I've seen a lot of the HOTS players picking up Rapier Fiora. Do you think this is something that they all like lab together, or just is this just like a HOTS thing? What's up with this?
I am not quite sure. I actually see a lot of them playing Razi too. Something about these two characters, so it's kind of fitting that it is a Razi chasing a Fiora here. But that is very interesting to know that, because I was thinking about the with the Whiffed ultimate.
Absolutely. That was some clean movement from BamBam there, ending up killing Mr. Smelly. Unfortunately, the Whiffed ultimate will spell Mr. Smelly's death. Our boy HistoryTeacher dropping there, unfortunately, against BamBam. But hey, that is a kill that Bam needed to get. BamBam needs to get some more points to get up there on the board. Now we have this chase still continuing.
MichaelUdall. The green boots. FanHOTS has a minus move speed from the steel chest, but the purple boots just do too much. There's gonna be a ton of jukes in the gymnasium of school, but it might be all in vain. FanHOTS does land the Q. MichaelUdall does fall after about a 2-minute chase.
Ooh, Turk, you the ult re-engage onto BamBam. He just got that wonderful kill over there. Oh, but the E-chain will reactivate. BamBam, unfortunately, meeting his demise at the hands of Turk, who has already finished quite a few items. The Mistleton Amazoness and Sheath of Shah Jahan. And, well, since Dyrus was here, he gets to loot it for free, because I don't think necessarily that Turk wants to continue that fight.
Seems like, oh, Sona fighting Maplestreet here after Maplestreet picks up the Wolves, but doesn't have much chase potential. Has the Glacial Shoes, but Sylvia's a fast one.
Yeah, I gotta say, like, this has been, look, I'm at this point, I'm done with opens. I'm done. I want more of these 18 players. I want to see these 18 players play every single day of my life, because they are giving us some of the most insane early aggression. Placement? Who cares about placement, man? I want to fight people. Like, I love what these players are bringing. It's so fun. Non-stop aggression. We're seeing absolutely insane fights from minute one. Just not look. There's so many people fighting right now. I can't watch all these fights. Oh, get that out of there. So Sino. Oh, go ahead.
And then FanHOTS and oh my gosh, Dyrus actually chasing Sino in the red zone. He's gonna get the extra timer from the kill. Sino had some trouble picking up items, it looks like, but does go down.
This is what's so good about Dyrus's build. This is what we've been talking about. This build is one of the fastest builds in the entire game. It's insanely consistent. You get those items all finished within 3 zones, and you're seeing just how aggressive he can be as soon as he finishes all 6 of those items. It's really hard to highlight, like, I would love to spend some time talking the basics of the game, because I'm sure there are a lot of new people here watching the game, and it's kind of hard to do it when these players are just non-stop fighting. There's no downtime with this lobby.
It's actually Cards of Tyranny on Sona here. This is a really cool build. Sona's been taking pretty much every fight, and people have just been running from her. But I love the aggression.
Yeah, Sona's actually in fantastic shape. Like, I think mastery-wise, yeah, already almost at the weapon skill, looking pretty good. So lukilukidota is a player we didn't manage to see a lot in our first 2 games because they took a ton of fights early that took a long time, and in the end, they struggled to finish their items as a result. So now what we're seeing is that he is managing to make it to the mid game. He has the weapon done. He has the burnished aegis, looking awfully tanky for a heart player. So we're gonna see what he can bring in that mid game. Also, Samsora, a player who I'm still expecting a lot of really good stuff out of, has managed to finish all 6 items and is looking for fights.
Let's go. Finally online. Has had their story cut short the past 2 games, but hopefully we'll see some good things. There's kind of a congregation down in Factory right now. Other than that, all players are pretty much spread out across the map. It looks like everybody's kind of finishing their build. Builds are kind of slow because there's so much aggression in this lobby. But I think everybody's kind of finishing their 5th, 6th item right now.
Yeah, I gotta say, like, everyone is sort of spread out. Wait, Yozu, what's going on with Yozu? Yozu must have been farming over here in Alley, maybe not realizing that the zone was about to turn. Either way, he manages to get out with the teleporter there, teleporting all the way over to Temple. But maybe, unfortunately for him, Dyrus is not far away, and Dyrus is so aggressive. Like, Dyrus has been, like... My god, Dyrus has been so aggressive in all of these games, and I love it. It's exactly what you want to be doing, especially if you're trying to get all those early kills. If you think you're confident enough in order to win those fights, then yeah, you want to be chasing every single ping that you see.
Yeah, it's a really good build for him too. High tempo, high aggression. This ISO build really facilitates him being able to look for fights at pretty much all stages of the game.
Yeah, absolutely. We have Sona also coming over here into Temple. We also have 3 players kind of meeting each other over in Beach. There could be a fight breaking out at just about any second, but for the time being, it looks like Dyrus is just trying to put together a bunch of materials for traps. We saw him dropping a few explosive traps, so we know that he's making some. That is something that is a huge advantage for ISIL. Although, hold that thought. We do have a fight over here in Beach between Alex Hitch and FanHOTS. Well, there's another fight breaking out between Yozu and Dyrus over here on the other side of the map. Yo, Yozu putting a lot of pressure in on Dyrus, but it looks like Sona's here to try and third party that. The hat doesn't quite connect. He gets the dash onto the bat, but the polymorph does end up connecting. Long distance from Sona, but Yozu looks like he's in good enough shape to just get out.
Oh my gosh, Yozu squeaking by. Alex Hitch connects the root on FanHOTS. FanHOTS does drop. Oh my gosh, these Alex Hitch items.
Wait, what is? What, sorry, did I miss that? Oh, okay.
You missed it.
Okay, sorry, not Dyrus. Of course, Alex Hitch. He's got the finished Chinese Opera Mask and the Auto Arms. These are 2 very, very hard to finish items in this game. He's gonna be catching lukilukidota over here in Chapel. He's popping the defensive ultimate to just try and get away. He's just gonna opt to teleport away, knowing that, well, he wants to get over towards Wick because Wick just spawned over here in Avenue. Maplestreet, he managed to catch, ooh, he caught Elementz over here on the top side of Avenue. That'll be another kill going over towards Maple. This could be the momentum he needs to build in order to go for the late game. And honestly, he came close to closing out the last game, but he maybe just need a little bit more momentum, and that's what he got right there by picking off Elementz.
Yeah, Maple's actually sitting on a kill right now too. It's a legendary pistol you get from a drop, and it gives you a lot of damage. You can see by these autos coming out of Maple.
Yeah, Yozu.
Looks like Yozu's gonna jump around. Maplestreet definitely has really good food ticking. Yozu's gonna need to make something happen.
What?
Oh my gosh! Beautiful predict by Maplestreet on Yozu's jump, but Yozu does dagger active out. Maple takes his mastery and comes the other way.
That was an insane read from Maple right there. Just knowing that he was probably gonna dash back onto that dagger in that engagement. That was a beautiful W coming out of Maplestreet. Absolutely insane play. You see the hours he's been putting into this character. The dude has been labbing it hard for this event. My god, Maple. Nicely done there. It didn't end up turning into a kill, but that alone was so sick.
Oh, Maple maybe finding the other victim. IKeepItTaco pushed down to Temple where Dyrus is waiting. Oh my gosh, Alex Hitch.
Oh no, no, no. IKeepItTaco, he's gonna have to jump over this wall here if he wants to get away from these 2 aggressors. A very nice disengage there. A nice escape from this player. It looks like it's gonna be Dyrus and Maplestreet just passing by each other. Nothing actually gonna happen here. Turk, he engages onto Dyrus, but Dyrus just stealths away, and now with his... Nope. don't think it's actually gonna turn into anything. And actually, Dyrus decides, no, it's okay. I missed my cue. That's time for me to not just go all in on this fight. So keep in mind, Wick is still alive. Where is she? She's in
forest right now.
Beach, I thought, right? No, where the heck?
Wick? Oh, she is in beach near Bear.
Oh yeah, I see her right there. Okay, so no one's actually contesting it right now, but we do have a fight between Catonmarz and Alex Hitch. Alex is dropping quite low. Remember, Catonmarz is our amp sniper player. If he gets a really nice W like you're seeing right there, Alex has really no way of interrupting it. But with the re-ultimate activation on Catonmarz plus a Q just like that, Catonmarz, he'll end up falling to Alex Hitch.
And those Hermie boots on Catonmarz will look very good on Alex Hitch. Sona actually on Luki over here. Oh, the cards of tyranny.
Oh, he's just barely got away. Oh, the miscue though. There's not going to be a slow on a Sona. Sona's just an auto attack away from finishing lukilukidota. Just like that. The Q from long range does end up landing, and Sona will be taking down lukilukidota over here in the mid game of game number 3. We are also seeing Wick is not contested. She's just walking around. She's just, everybody's fighting around Wick, and Wick is just like walking through gunfire and bombs exploding and people dying, and she's just vibing, man. No one's actually trying to engage onto Wick right now. There's so many people around her.
Alex Hitch is looking around. I think Dyrus is also looking for Wick, but it's nighttime and these players don't really have the vision control. It looks like Alex Hitch did spot Wickaleen. He's probably trying to steal the area first, though.
Ooh, this patience. Sona is going to be face checking right into the bush where Alex Hitch is in fact camping. Samsora not far away. Might be trying to get on this fight, but it looks like with just the reactivation, Sona will likely be dropping here with the D skill coming out of Alex Hitch. Now we have a fight between Alex Hitch, Dyrus, and Samsora. The Q does land from Dyrus on Alex Hitch. Keep in mind, Alex Hitch, he's super tanky with these items, my lord. But it doesn't matter if Dyrus manages to land everything and Alex manages to miss everything. It will be a fight going in favor of Dyrus, but Dyrus is low on mana, so maybe he can't quite keep up this chase necessarily. Alex is just able to just get away since, of course, like I just mentioned, very low on mana on Dyrus' side. How's Samsora doing? Guy on some water. Okay, where's Wick? Did Wick survive all that? Yes?
Oh, Alex Hitch is actually...
Ooh, there she is. Yeah, looks like once again we're seeing Alex potentially going to be picking up Wick here. We saw Maplestreet picking it up last game, but it looks like since Alex is the only one here contesting it, it's likely to fall to him. Yes, with the deactivation plus the reactivation on the W, it will be Wick falling to Alex Hitch, who manages to get the Vital Force buff. For those who don't know, Wickaleen is the neutral boss monster on Lumia Island. She's like Baron Nashor from League of Legends or Roshan from Dota. What that means is that she is a very important objective to contest. When you kill her, you get a 6-minute buff that gives all of your damage a true damage bleed in addition to its other damage. So basically, if you poke someone from long distance, if you attack them at all, even the slightest amount of damage will apply a true damage bleed for a second or two, which is really, really powerful. Plus, Wick herself, she drops a lot of really good materials you can use to make really good items. But honestly, looking at what Alex Hitch has, he doesn't need them. He's already used the materials he would need to make these Boots of Hermes, the auto arms, and the Mithril helmet.
Oh, Alex Hitch is fighting Yozu, but he doesn't have that much of a health pool to play with. Alex Hitch is going to use the ult and get a large advantage here. He has so many base stats, and the health he gained back from ult just made this pretty one-sided. He can also see Yozu install if he does land the Stigma stacks, and that played a big part in helping him finish that kill.
Oh, so we have IKeepItTaco trying to just get away here, although he is stuck between Maplestreet and Alex Hitch. He throws down the panic D skill to try and buffer some basically to try and deal with this any potential CC that might come out there. But it looks like Alex Hitch has decided his target is Maplestreet. He wants to get this kill onto the Sylvia player who is scaling so well with that kill. Although there's a lot of damage coming back from Maplestreet on Alex Hitch, but with the reactivation, that is not going to be enough for Maplestreet to win that fight. And just like that, Alex Hitch picks up kill number 5.
Oh my gosh, Alex Hitch is so big at this point in the game. I'm not even sure what his upgrades are looking for from here. I mean, maybe clean up hearts or something, maybe making traps, but he's so strong already. Oh my lord.
We're seeing Kiara v Kiara, but you're seeing the item difference between these two players. Identical builds aside from the auto arms, Boots of Hermes, and Mithril helmet coming out of Alex Hitch. He is geared to the teeth at the moment. That boy does not give any doesn't care. Yeah, shoots. He didn't care anything about anyone trying to do damage to him because he has so much defense stacked up. And unfortunately for Turk, Turk has been sort of backed into a corner here, but Alex is actually kind of taking a lot of damage. If Dyrus sniffs out this fight, he might be able to do a lot to Alex or Turk before they get the kill and manage to get away. Just like that. Alex Hitch, he reactivates onto Turk, and we've been seeing it time after time after time. Alex goes up to 6 kills here in game number 3. Both Alex and Dyrus are going to be forced to come in right here on this edge of beach. Alex, he knows that Dyrus is coming in. He has... Oh, no, sorry. It's Dyrus that has the camera down. Well, whenever Dyrus goes into stealth, there's nothing that Alex can really do about it. And Dyrus has plenty of traps to give him the distance he needs to win this fight. It's a safe zone for him if Alex decides to hard engage. There is the camera down for Alex, so he sees these traps. He sees Dyrus if he stealths, but man, Alex doesn't even care. The reactivation, just like that, Dyrus goes down.
Gosh, Alex Hitch. He's taking out a ton of threats before this final circle. He doesn't want to be trapped in final zone against a lot of these ranged characters, so he's just running at them. And Alex Hitch is playing these fights really well. He's using the weapon mastery advantage to his... I mean, holy moly, Alex Hitch.
good
out.
save. We have Samsora, we have IKeepItTaco, and we of course have the final boss in Alex Hitch. Can Alex Hitch, at this point, the question isn't just can Alex Hitch potentially close out this game. The question is, can Alex Hitch lose? Like, is it even possible for him to lose at this point? He's got fire traps on fire traps on fire traps on fire traps, and he got any additional traps off of Dyrus's body as well. Samsora, if he wants any chance of winning this fight, no, not the minefield. No, Samsora.
1, 2, 3.
Samsora will go down to the fire trap minefield over by the console in school, and just like that, we're down to our final 2 between IKeepItTaco and Alex Hitch.
Alex Hitch is having fun pressing his number keys to minefield the final zone. IKeepItTaco hopefully will not find those traps for 60 seconds.
Unfortunately, 19 master on Alex Hitch versus 11 for IKeepItTaco. It's still anybody's game, but if I had to guess, oh, he breaks the tether. A beautiful juke by IKeepItTaco. And here we go. He's playing the wall like a champ. He's going for that surprise advantage. The ultimate comes out. Oh, a beautiful dodge on the E. He goes for the Q on Alex Hitch and lands both slashes with the D activation. You're seeing a ton of damage go on to Alex Hitch as he has almost lost all of his shield. IKeepItTaco is dropping incredibly low. The activation on to Alex Hitch. Will Alex Hitch be able to clean him out before there are... Wait, no, don't move up. Don't move up one more. Don't go 1 inch forward. Guys?
IKeepItTaco hoping to play for an Alex Hitch disconnect here. A forbidden tactic that I have not seen for a while, but he's actually trying to stall out his internet. I've seen levels of rat jam before, but this is unprecedented.
IKeepItTaco is doing his absolute... Dude, that is some actually sick lifesteal coming out. The Butler suit, giving him a ton of lifesteal to potentially try and come back here against Alex Hitch. Another beautiful dodge onto the E. IKeepItTaco understanding the absolutely Herculean task ahead of him. He is trying his best to kite it out here. Jackie's known for rat jamming, going for placement. Unfortunately, there's no one else who could potentially fall. There's just the final 2 between him and Alex Hitch. Oh, a beautiful play from IKeepItTaco. Since he stalled this fight long enough, the double guillotine like field of traps over here, as well as all the extra fire traps, they've expired. This absolutely giga-brained strategy coming out of IKeepItTaco to stall out all the traps. Absolutely insane play coming out of IKeepItTaco right now.
IKeepItTaco playing at the max range in order to stay alive, but also make sure that Alex Hitch is still connected. He is taking both of his win conditions and coupling them together in order to try and actually take the first place here.
The ultimate comes out. IKeepItTaco, he is dropped to half HP. He understands that this is going to be a tough fight. Dude, Alex Hitch has not landed an E on IKeepItTaco. IKeepItTaco's dodge game, look at that. He dodged another skill.
Oh my.
His dodge game is absolutely insane at the moment. Oh, he jumps right in, but he hits the only trap currently in the field. IKeepItTaco is trying his best to rat it out for the end of this fight, but with just 6 seconds left, there's very little time for him to get back in and win this fight. He autos the cameras. No vision for Alex Hitch, but he didn't quite finish it off. Just like that. He understands his fate, and he stands still as Alex Hitch closes out game number 3. Well, who saw it coming? Alex Hitch in first place.
Holy cow. IKeepItTaco actually kind of stalling out that fight pretty well. If Alex Hitch didn't have such a weapon advantage, it wasn't looking too bad.
Well, this is not a shock. This is not a surprise. 9 kills. You saw how absolutely beast like Alex Hitch was looking throughout that entire game with 9 kills. First place, we have Alex Hitch playing Kiara. In second place, playing a beautiful Jackie Rat Jam build, we have IKeepItTaco. He did a fantastic job of getting those placement points. Keep in mind, guys, placement points, they matter quite a lot, giving him quite an advantage here going into the final few rounds. And Samsora, consistent, very well played here with third place. Honestly, I love his build, and I'd love to see what else he can bring in game number 4 and 5. Of course, I do want to give a special shout out to Catonmarz, Dyrus, anyone else who got a kill, because honestly, these fights were so entertaining to watch. And yeah, just like that, we're going to be going into game number 4, one of the final few rounds of this invitational. Thank you all for joining us. We'll be right back as we get set up for game number 4.
I'm in the channel.
Hey, what's up, Aesop? How you doing, buddy?
I'm just hopping in. Wanted to say shouts out to everybody for playing in my tournament that I put together wholly by myself.
Wow, he's so humble and honest. And guys, do you want to formally introduce yourself so the people at home know who is speaking in this channel right now?
Hello, people at home. I am GM Aesop. I work for Nimble Neuron. I helped Skaz. I sponsored this tournament. I helped Skaz put it together, but mostly entirely all with his hard work. So everybody shouts out to Skaz for putting this together. So yeah, I do a lot of stuff for this game. Thank you all for playing. Thank you all for watching.
Well, thank you, Aesop. Thank you for stopping by, man. Do you have any words? You're gonna be. Is there any chance you're maybe gonna like sneak in as the special 19th member of this next lobby?
Yes, I will be building whatever it is to counter Alex Hitch.
Are you gonna? Can you nerf Alex Hitch before the next round starts? We need.
Yes.
He's playing out of his mind right now. We need some like some interference.
Yeah. So as you know, we have ways to adjust characters. You know, we can how we adjust them, make them stronger, make them weaker. I think I'm gonna float an idea to adjust individual players so I can put like a 10% damage reduction on Alex Hitch, so he can stop destroying everybody in my lobbies. I'm bringing out the sliders.
Yeah, definitely. Well, thank you so much for stopping by, man. Do you want to give any special final shout outs before you head out?
No, just shout out to you guys for putting together the tournament. It's really cool, like seeing all these people. Shouts out to all the players for joining in. You know, you got a lot of old names. Alex Hitch, Dyrus, HistoryTeacher, Mr. Smelly, you know, Ricky from Dota. You got Samsora from Smash. I like to see everybody coming in from all kinds of different genres. It's pretty awesome to see everybody. So yeah, thank you for putting this together. Thanks for the mods for doing their stuff. Thanks everybody for coming in. Thank you all for playing. You can, if you have any questions, make sure you ask me on Discord. Also follow the Eternal Return account on Twitter because there's a lot of good stuff there. You get all the good news. Yeah, that's it. If you have anything you want to ask me while I'm here, the developer for this game who made the entire game by himself.
So you're saying we direct any questions to you? Is that correct?
No, not all. No,
so
because you guys.
If I open up Eternal Return general chat at GM Aesop and type "Where is my free BMW?" you will have
Please
a
not.
response for me.
Hang on, please don't free BMW me in the general chat. Thank you very much. All right. Sometimes I wake up and I have 45 pings from Discord and I'm like, oh no, what's going on? but it's just people asking me for free BMWs.
So, guys, if you would like your free BMW, guys, this is a free giveaway we're doing. Go into general chat on the main Discord, ping at Aesop, but only do it at 4 a.m. his time, and type "Where is my free BMW?" at GM Aesop. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thank you. All right, now go ahead and get back in the game. Shout out to all the players. Good luck, everybody. And like I said earlier, if you guys do want to, maybe team up on Alex Hitch a little bit, I might look the other way.
Thank you, Aesop. Thank you. We'll catch you later, man.
All right, goodbye. Good luck, everybody. Goodbye.
All right, guys. It's time to get into the 4th round. Before we get started, though, I do want to do a quick score check-in, see how the scores are looking. Thank you all once again for joining us. Thank you, Nimble Neuron, for sponsoring this event. Thank you, Aesop, for stopping by. We appreciate it, man. But before we get started on this next round, I do want to check in on the scores and let you guys know where everybody is currently standing. Once it loads, which is any day now. Okay. Whoa, black screen. Okay, currently in first place, it's Aesop. No, it's Alex Hitch with 128 points. The dude's playing out of his mind at the moment. In second place, we have Dyrus with 51.5 points. Third place is HistoryTeacher with 30 points. Fourth, IKeepItTaco with 27 points. Those placement points really doing a lot of work for him right there, coming out of game number 3. We have Maplestreet, Sona, Catonmarz, Turk, and MichaelUdall all currently still in the top half. And that is it for our scores. Guys, you ready for game number 4? Because I'm super excited.
Scott is looking at the standings right now. Who are you most surprised by?
I gotta say, I think still, we talked about this earlier, I think one of my biggest surprises right now has been watching HistoryTeacher, aka Mr. Smelly. His dial-in, like, that is not a version of dial-in we've been seeing a ton of lately, and he is making it look so clean. Also, Yozu has been a player who I've been really enjoying watching him pop off on Shoichi. I've also been really excited seeing Sona playing so well as well. Seeing them, she pivoted over to Emma in that last game, which was really, really cool. I loved seeing her Emma play. So there's I can't say enough. There's like almost every player in this lobby. I've been loving watching what they've been doing.
Definitely. IKeepItTaco, a direct student of Time Master 7 Jackie. He's been putting in pretty good work too. His played the top 3, I think all 3 lobbies if I'm not mistaken, and honestly the placement play is something that works.
Yeah, he's been doing a fantastic job with that placement. Like, IKeepItTaco, very heads up play when it comes to just ranting for placement. I really, really like that. Like, if you're not confident in killing someone, say like Alex Hitch has been going crazy, snowballing like crazy, yeah, maybe you just go for placement. That's a totally valid way of playing the game. Also, Maplestreet. How could I forget Maplestreet? The dude's been playing so well. I know he's been stressing a ton over this tournament. He wasn't confident that he would even play in it because he was worried he wasn't going to perform well enough. The dude's been playing so well.
Yeah, I'm really impressed. Maple, he's not a player that I've seen like playing like in my games very much, but watching him play, you could tell me this is like one of the top soloists in NA, I would believe you very quickly.
Yeah, like all these players are playing completely out of their minds. I love seeing the preparation that these players have brought into this tournament. Also, like Samsora, I know I've highlighted Samsora a lot so far in this event. That's because he's actually so good. Like I love seeing the work he's been putting in on Emma, which is a character that has been sort of slept on for a long time, and he's really showing just how good Emma can be. I really, really love the way Samsora has been playing this event so far.
Also, the adaptation to go tempo this game as well, after the Avenue nightmare that happened game 1, it's good that Samsora is being flexible.
Yeah, one of the things I want to point out here also is that we're seeing our first Hedgen. This is the first Hedgen we've seen in this entire tournament. We're also seeing some players potentially getting into... Oh no, Alex Hitch! He is meeting the he is meeting the most deadly member of the Avenue gang, lukilukidota, who is just a monster over here in Avenue, putting so much like pressure onto absolutely everybody who gets even close to his building. He doesn't want anyone looting his boxes. No. Those are for him and him only.
Looks like Alex Hitch did loot pretty quickly though, because he got out of Avenue before the second full combo came out of Luki.
Ooh, we are seeing Alex Hitch. He's switching on to Adriana this game. He's trying to go for, I guess, a different character every single game, showing that he is a very well-rounded and flexible character. We have Elementz dropping pretty low, I assume, against, what was this? It was Mr. Smelly, aka HistoryTeacher. Honestly, pretty dangerous to deal with in the early game because Dylan has pretty good early game dominance with those nunchucks. They finish them pretty quickly. And even just like the green and blue ones, they've been buffing them recently. They're actually a lot better than they were before.
Ooh, Dyrus is actually dropping extremely low to feviknight.
We're all,
Not really.
I was gonna say we're also seeing feviknight switching builds, going also for I guess a very similar build to HistoryTeacher's build. Yep. He's going for feviknight. She's going for the vibro nunchuck like kind of crit auto attack build, which is really honestly it's showing that's actually better than I originally gave it credit for.
There's a lot of players around Shopper right now. Turk and Dyrus going the same builds again. Turk hopefully finding the leather here. Does find the leather. But Turk and Dyrus are both going to be teleporting the hospital soon. And that's going to be a fight.
Ooh, oh no, if I'm a Yozu fan, ooh, beautiful Jukes.
God, Yozu!
Yozu, so clean. He gets away from real BamBam, who is finished, or yeah, has already finished his Mount Slicer, whereas Yozu is struggling to do the same. This is exactly what's such a, like, this is one of the hardest things about playing Shoichi right now, is that if you deal with another Shoichi who is just slightly ahead of you in terms of your build, then yeah, the Shoichis, they tend to cannibalize each other.
You had Yozu with the finished boots, but Bam with the broken ankles on that play. Okay, Yozu.
Oh, unfortunately. Over in hospital, whoa, we have Turk, who has almost finished an entire build, catching Elementz.
So many fights going on right now. BamBam dropping to MichaelUdall in Forest. Michael, oh my gosh.
This was BamBam, the Shoichi who had managed to finish his dagger already.
Holy moly, MichaelUdall, pretty big at this point as well. BamBam spending some time to chase around Yozu. I think kind of made him late on his build, so he does fall to MichaelUdall there.
Yeah, we're seeing Luki, he's still in his territory, having picked up the ruby over here in Pond. He has made it back into his home zone of Avenue, looking for more people to fight. I love it. I respect it. I respect it a lot. We have Samsora potentially getting into a fight with MichaelUdall. This is a battle of the skill shots. This is truly like which player is going to be able to outplay the other player better. We are seeing Samsora, however, taking a lot of damage from MichaelUdall as that tornado does land with a lot of damage. Samsora, high mobility character, guys. Emma can get away from a lot of sticky situations and ends up dashing away. A very well played engagement by Samsora. Does manage to escape. MichaelUdall, however, looking real strong, but oh, beautiful re-engage by Samsora! What?
What was that?
An absolutely insane turn from Samsora, dropping MichaelUdall from 100 to 0 in just one short combo. That was so clean. Nicely done, Samsora.
Look at the hat, look at the hop. Samsora picking up the kill on MichaelUdall, and MichaelUdall had, honestly, more than a fighting chance at the beginning part of that. But, oh my gosh, Samsora, such a clean play on the Emma.
Samsora, I told you he had moves. I told you he had that Emma prowess, and we're seeing all of this coming together right there as he 100 to 0s MichaelUdall over on the edge of Beach and Forest. We're seeing Catonmarz TPing right in between two players and going for the bear farm, not knowing exactly what rough of a situation he has put himself in here at the at a risky TP over into Beach with both Yozu and Samsora nearby. It's a pretty risky position to be in, but Catonmarz is no slouch himself in terms of the items that are available. This is looking pretty good so far itemization wise, but like 288 damage per shot against a bat. That's insane damage for each shot on that W.
Samsora and Catonmarz still kind of fighting over here. Both have really low HP pools and do a lot of damage, so one misstep could mean death for the other one.
Ooh, we are seeing this Sniper D skill coming out for Catonmarz, dealing a lot of damage to Samsora from range. It's a very safe skill that does a lot of damage. It just locks onto your target from a long distance. You only get to see a small cone of vision, but if you have a target in your sights, it has a lot of guaranteed damage. So we're seeing Samsora fairly low, honestly very squishy with very few HP items finished. Catonmarz though, can they keep up with the mobility, the trickiness of our magician player Samsora? I don't know. It's going to be a tough fight for them for sure. Ooh, we are seeing Turk and this Turk and Luki over here in Pond. Luki has managed to finish the Bohemian. He's looking kind of good at the moment, not gonna lie. But keep in mind, we do have other players like Maplestreet, like Alex Hitch, which are sort of passively farming on the map. Alex, he managed to get that first tree because he's doing this very aggressive build that goes Avenue, Forest, and then contest that first tree. He's very strong in that moment, and it looks like this lobby isn't necessarily contesting trees, although we are seeing the second tree being taken, but I am not exactly sure who ended up getting it. Dyrus is kind of struggling to finish his build right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Dyrus is pretty quiet this game, but he was on the back foot against Turk, and you can't exactly contest the build when the person going your same exact build is just in front of you. And it looks like Turk did, I think, get a better spawn from Beach, and it kind of spiraled from there, getting a better spawn in Dock because he's there quicker, along with Hospital. So he kind of gets to pick the litter from the items that they need, and Dyrus kind of left his scraps.
That is one of those things you have to be aware of, is the fact that if you're doing a very good build, this is sort of how builds sort of self-regulate. But keep that thought, we'll get back to that in just a second, because we have a fight breaking out between Maplestreet and Sino and Sona. Also over here ready for the third party. Maplestreet, he's very aggressive. He's going in for the bite combo. The ultimate misses from Sino. Unfortunately for him, that means that it is now him attempting to get away from Maplestreet. The question is, will Sino be able to disengage? The story is not likely because Maplestreet is playing Sylvia. Sylvia is one of the highest mobility characters in the game, has some of the best chase in the game, and in the end will track down and kill Sino over here in school. Ooh, but now Sona's being aggressed on.
Sona did TP out of the alley, but it looks like TP'd right into Turk. Rossi doesn't really have the chasing potential to get onto Emma. Oh my gosh, wait a minute. Samsora kills Alex Hitch?
Wait, did I miss that? There's no way. Samsora.
What?
The first time Alex has fallen in this entire tournament is to our Emma player Samsora. From game number 1, he's been here ready to fight, and well, he's bringing it to this game with that beautiful kill on a MichaelUdall, and now here he has taken out Alex Hitch, who has been our victor 3 games in a row. Samsora, nicely done.
Samsora finally able to get off his feet here. Oh my
In a
gosh.
very fast burst, we're seeing Maplestreet tracking down and also taking out lukilukidota over here on the edge of Cemetery. Nicely done, nicely done, Maplestreet. Wow, Maplestreet's popping off this game. This might be his game to win.
Yeah. Alex Hitch has been the person who I think has killed him at least 2 out of 3 rounds, and Alex Hitch off the map is a good sign.
Ooh. Sona versus Turk over here to try and contest the tree. Turk is dropping awfully low. The beautiful leap over Sona, but Sona looking so good right now. The extra Q connection there will end up taking Turk right out of this game. Just like that. Gets the tree, gets to finish those shoes. Sona's looking real clean at the moment.
That is a really scary build on the Emma here, and it's good that these out players are finally getting their footing in these maps.
So the thing right there is that when you're teleporting, you don't actually get your teleport canceled by, by damage. Damage doesn't stop you from teleporting. The only thing that can interrupt your teleports are hard CC, knockbacks, things like that. Things that really just lock your character down. Roots will not do it. And unfortunately, Dyrus right there, his kit has nothing that can stop Maplestreet from teleporting. So despite the fact that he managed to catch Maplestreet in a compromising position, he was not able to capitalize on that and turn that into a kill. So Maplestreet, he manages to get out, and now he's alone in Temple to get as much farm as he wants. I'm very excited now that Alex Hitch has perished. Now that Alex Hitch is no longer in this fight. The question is, who is going to be taking this game? And right now, I'm putting all my money on Samsora. How about you?
I was gonna say both these other players look very scary, but Maplestreet has been very strong in these late games. Alex Hitch has been the one to take him out, and I think that without Alex Hitch in the equation, oh my gosh, as you can see, Maplestreet might be well off.
Ooh, the question is, can Maplestreet actually make it weave through all of these skills in order to get onto Kuvira? Taking a lot of damage trying to get in. The omens are landing a beautiful fear coming out of Kuvira. That'll be it. Maplestreet ends up falling. Kuvira. Beautiful defensive play there. Maplestreet, maybe a little too aggressive on that kill, will end up falling to Kuvira, our only Hedgen in the tournament so far.
Jeez, Kuvira with a really beautiful fear into the finish. Sona actually takes lick lean while all this is happening. Looks like FanHOTS is going to find Dyrus in a not great place, but Dyrus whiffs the grenade. FanHOTS might be able to walk out of here. The active from Dyrus on pistol.
So both of these players with their different types of Semtax grenades, you'll throw them both out. It turns out that it's gonna be FanHOTS who manages to land their Semtax as Dyrus ends up missing his. Ooh, Dyrus taking a ton of damage while he is trying to pursue Catonmarz. Will this be the sniper skill?
Oh,
will we see a laser? Ooh, we're seeing no laser.
Skill available.
Catonmarz.
Catonmarz really wants to chase until sniper skill. It's got to be up in a couple seconds here. Just waiting for line of sight. Oh my god, Dyrus with the movement cuts line of sight.
Oh my god. So what happened there, if you don't know exactly what happened there in that pursuit, the sniper skill just barely came up for Catonmarz. They sat there ready. They readied their sniper rifle trying to find Dyrus, and just then Dyrus, he broke line of sight and absolutely like it was so close right there, and Dyrus managed to just barely get away. But now Catonmarz will be catching Dyrus over here. But Dyrus manages to land the Semtax though, so maybe it will be an even fight after all. But man, you're seeing that damage coming out of Catonmarz. Catonmarz is in such good shape damage-wise, and Dyrus, he has the auto arms, but you saw how much he was struggling to get his items finished earlier in the game. Man, I don't know about that, man.
Oh, Catonmarz is looking so scary here. Dyrus is going to waste pretty much all of his timer to get to the TP. He'll get out safely, but at the cost of his timer, which could come in handy late game.
Oh, wait a minute. We're seeing Samsora and HistoryTeacher, aka Mr. Smelly, over here on the south side of the map near Chapel. Will these players end up going for the engagement? Samsora, once again, it's just looking so good at the moment. Let's do a quick mastery check. Item check and mastery check. We're seeing Samsora. He's currently at 12 mastery, the highest in the lobby. Just behind him is Sona. She's missing a chest piece, but she has a... Oh, there it is. Okay, making the Queen of Hearts. Woo! Sona, hold the phone. Sona, excuse me? Suitor Sona, Queen of Hearts, Glacial Shoes? Sona is looking so good at the moment. Like, almost ideal items here for Emma. A little bit lacking on the CDR, but the Queen of Hearts is going to make up for it quite well. There it is, Catonmarz going for the W.
Also with the wick buff, this is going to be not great if Sona can get on top of Catonmarz. Looking for another hat trick to finish off the kill here.
Oh!
Oh my gosh, Catonmarz actually gets the stun off into a huge W skill. Oh my gosh, the Suitor Sona damage is coming out, but...
It's not going to be quite enough, and it looks like Sona's going to end up disengaging here as Catonmarz, with just a sliver of life, manages to get away. And over here, Dyrus, he's trying to engage on HistoryTeacher, aka Mr. Smelly. I don't know if Mr. Smelly's going to be able to, like, who wins in this fight between Dyrus and Samsora? Or sorry, not Samsora, Dyrus and Mr. Smelly. Do you think that ISOL necessarily has the advantage, or is it more favored for ISOL? Or did I just say ISOL twice? I don't know.
I think whoever engages is probably the loser here. I think if Dylan is using Q to try to get on top of ISOL, ISOL can just stealth away and deal damage. And then, oh my gosh, speaking of damage, Sona on the Emma takes down feviknight. Oh my lord.
Sona's Emma play is so clean. With the, like, we're talking about a player who currently is playing on fairly high ping, as they are not an NA player. They're doing such good things with such high ping, playing a really hard to play character. Emma requires very accurate placement of those Qs, those Ws. It's really hard to chain your skills together super well, and Sona's doing an insane job at the moment. Shouts out to Sona. She is playing so well. We have a huge fight happening between IKeepItTaco and Kuvira. Kuvira actually is, never mind, Kuvira is actually fighting Dyrus over here in Uptown, while Taco is fighting another fight somewhere else on the map. We're seeing why Hedgen is such a dominant character in the Eternal Return competitive scene, because that ult damage, it puts so much pressure on you, you can't really get a good fight at range. But Yozu, seeing that Kuvira is low on HP, Yozu's coming in for the third party here.
Kuvira actually might be able to sneak out of this. He's dodging a lot of abilities, but Yozu with the ultimate into the fear. Oh my gosh. Kuvira sneaks out of another one on super low HP.
We're seeing
holy.
We're seeing a weird fight coming down here in Chapel as Samsora has chased both FanHOTS and Mr. Smelly into the red. They have like no time left. We're seeing Mr. Smelly with only 4 seconds left on their timer with very little HP. Samsora is showing how dominant he is over there on the south side of the map. And between all of that, Kuvira in the end did end up getting cleaned up by Yozu over here in school.
Yozu wanting revenge for the barely squeaked out kill happening in Forest does find Kuvira after probably healing up in school.
So I haven't mentioned Taco pretty much at all this game, and it's not because Taco isn't doing a fantastic job. It's because Taco hasn't been in a single fight. Guys, like I'm normally clicking on any character that is currently in an engagement, like Catonmarz versus Sona over here in Alley. Sona picking up another kill on Catonmarz, who is one of our more aggressive players currently still in the game. There's our Sniper Aya player going down. Sona looking so good, but back on to Yozu, who's currently in a fight with Dyrus. Over here in Forest, it looks like this will be a tough fight for Yozu to end up winning, as Dyrus is also relatively low, but honestly, Yozu could burst Dyrus any second. He's missing his ultimate though. Will he go for the W back onto the dagger? Oh no, he's keeping the pressure onto Dyrus. Dyrus missing the Q. The daggers are on the ground, ready for Yozu to pick up and try and use, but keep in mind, we have IKeepItTaco deciding to go into the red to not take that fight, even though all these players are so low on HP. Dyrus cleans up Yozu, taking us down to just 6 players left in game number 4.
Dyrus with 3 crits in a row actually came in pretty clutch there. Yozu does fall to it, but if one more auto is necessary, maybe could have squeaked out of there.
We are seeing Taco with the live rat jam cam as he is trying his best to not be in any fights and just get that placement. Guys, it is a valid strategy. It is worth a lot of points. You've seen him in the top 3 for the last like 2 rounds or so. Taco knows exactly how to guarantee those points just by going for placement. Wasn't Taco working with Piemaster leading up to this event? Was Piemaster the one who told him about rat jamming? Is that what happened?
Piemaster may have had some effects on how he is playing Jackie, but it is paying off. Piemaster is a very... Oh my god.
Grenades
on the Samsora.
Dyrus looking so good right now as Samsora ends up falling without even as much of a, really no pushback whatsoever. Dyrus looking good right now.
That leaves us 1 Emma left, actually in a fight currently. Sona against FanHOTS here. FanHOTS wants to get away, has actually the red shoes and a fighting chance, but Sona's build is so good right now.
Yeah, I gotta say, dude, I'm getting chills right now. This is one of the most exciting final squares we've seen so far because we have no clear winner in terms of mastery or power. There's no Alex Hitch with 10 kills or whatever to contest here. It's just 5 players who have all been playing out of their minds right now coming here in the end. But that being said, if I gotta give my favor to anyone, it's Sona. But Sona getting re-engaged on by Mr. Smelly with Mr. Smelly!
Oh my lord, that was some APM history teacher with a beautiful combo from Leeds Island. Oh my lord, nobody saw that one coming.
That is textbook. I gotta say, that is the perfect example. I gotta say, history teacher, you know, teaching us all a lesson right now on how to play Dylan. My god, that is one of the cleanest Dylan combos I have ever seen in my entire life, and that absolutely beautiful ultimate over the wall, perfectly guessing where Sona would pop out with that dash away. I am floored by that. That was gorgeous play out of Mr. Smelly. History teacher. My god, but please, by all means, I want to see you in every single tournament I ever play ever again. You are playing out of your mind right now.
Even after that beautiful display of Dylan mechanics, it's actually not even sold. This is still a very close game, and History Teacher actually doesn't have square control because of that fight.
I cannot believe that's what just happened. That was oh, that's for the history books, man. That's going in the clips. Like, I want to watch that on repeat for an hour after this event ends. That was so sick. We're seeing HOTS player, aka FanHOTS. You know him, you love him. He is very close to Mr. Smelly over here on the left side. Both these players just kind of vibing. Maybe, do they know that each other is here? Do you think they know that they're here?
No.
Okay.
But what they're gonna do about it is uncertain.
So they're vibing. They're having a great time. Oh, just a second too late. He charges up the D skill, trying to get the surprise engage onto FanHOTS. And yeah, it looks like Fan manages to just get away, as Mr. Smelly wasn't able to quite do that in time. There's only 4 seconds before the zone restricts to just this. Oh, that's a lot of mines! Who's gonna hit it? It's so tense. Oh, FanHOTS has 1 second left. Oh no, he vaulted into the zone!
FanHOTS, no!
FanHOTS, no!
And HistoryTeacher gets the kill. It's actually gonna be huge to get that timer buff. IKeepItTaco is kind of just getting pummeled right now. Goes on Dyrus, but Dyrus is so strong right now. Oh, re-engage after the heal. Oh my gosh, a nunchuck! How is the ultimate?
He is so clean.
Trying to keep the range here.
Mr. Smelly is playing such a clean dial-in, but that being said, he lands the Q. Dyrus manages to get the Q onto Mr. Smelly. That is going to give him a lot of pressure. Also, the ultimate coming down. He's dropping incredibly low, but he dodges a couple autos. Even with the dog helping him out, that's going to be Dyrus cleaning up game number 4, taking this first win of this tournament. Dyrus. Ooh, Dyrus looking good right now.
Dyrus was looking in trouble in the final fight there before he left the zone, but really using the ISO range to his advantage actually takes it home. HistoryTeacher's looking really good in that final zone, but Dyrus kind of played crazy there.
I gotta say, this okay. Every single game so far has been my favorite game so far, but this easily takes it with some of the most hype moments in this entire tournament. We had that insane engagement with Samsora versus MichaelUdall on the beach. That was mind-blowing how good that turnaround was from Samsora. We had that insane fight between Mr. Smelly and Sona over in Uptown with the most clean dial-in combo I have literally ever seen in this game. And of course, we had Dyrus holding it down in the final zone, showing exactly how to play a final square. He had traps in all the right places. He had pressure in all the right places. Man, what a amazing performance from all of these players. In first place in game number 4, we had Dyrus with 4 kills, a beautiful performance coming out of him, showing exactly why he has been so consistently placing at the top of all of these games. In second place, we have Mr. Smelly, the dial-in prodigy himself, showing us exactly why Vibro Nunchuck does not need any more buffs, and it's in quite good shape at the moment with 2 kills. And of course, who's that there in third place? Well, he's in the top 3 again. I can't believe it. IKeepItTaco. He is look, you can't fault him for playing so safe. He has made it to the top 3 pretty much every single game so far, rat jamming his heart out on Jackie. It's IKeepItTaco in third place. Of course, I want to give a huge shout out to Twitch TV Sona, she's been playing so freaking well this game. 3 kills, an immaculate build on Emma. Wonderful play coming out of Sona. And of course, Samsora as well with 2 kills, with one of the highlights of the tournament for me so far. Also, Maplestreet, he may have fallen about halfway through the round, but my god, Maplestreet was looking real good this game, showing exactly why he earned those 2 kills. And just like that, guys, it's time to wrap up game 4. It's time to get ready for the final game, game number 5.
Wow, Skaz, you're telling me after this much action, we only have 1 game left to go?
Yeah, we only have a single game left. Guys, that is going to be the final game of the Invitational. There are no surprise final games, like extra special games. We are only doing 5 rounds. But, guys, if you want to see more events like this in the future, please, by all means, tell Nimble Neuron how much you've enjoyed an event like this, how much you've enjoyed the ERCS in general. This, as a personal note, this has been one of the most exciting months of my entire life, hosting all these tournaments, all of the ERCS. We had a solo open, a squad open, and now we're finishing it off with this Invitational. It's been so much fun. If you want to see more events like this in the future, shoot Aesop a DM at 2 in the morning and say, give me my free BMW. No. Tell Aesop, tell Nimble Neuron that you love these events, that you want more of them like this in the future, and we can do more of this. Guys, we're going to get set up for the final round. We'll be showing you the scores as we go into the final round. Stick around. We'll be right back. Real quick, I do want to give a huge shout out. Oh my god. ZZ Zocho with the 10,000 bits. My guy, thank you. Your support is greatly appreciated. Thank you so much for supporting the ERCS, supporting this channel, and supporting me. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. Huge. Oh my god. ZZ Zocho again with another 10,000. Dude, thank you so much. Like, I'm actually shocked. Thank you. Your support is very greatly appreciated. I'm like lost for words. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. So much love. Thank you. right, guys, before we get into the final round, I'm going to show you the scores, and we're going to do one quick interview, and then we're going to go into our final round. Guys, the current scores, as they stand at the moment. Hold on, I just lost them. Let me go find them real quick. My window got closed. As they currently stand, here are the scores as we move into the final round. We currently have, in first place, Alex Hitch with 129 points. In second place, with a commanding 83.5 points, we have Dyrus. In third place, we have HistoryTeacher with 49 points. In fourth place, we have Sona, doing a fantastic job so far with 38.5. Not far behind is IKeepItTaco, the most consistent Jackie player in this entire tournament with 37 points. Of course, we have Maplestreet as well with 33. Samsora with 27. Catonmarz is currently at 24.5, and tied with Cat is Yozu with 24.5. It's still anybody's game. Anybody could sneak into the top half at any second. Thank you all for joining us. We're about to get into the final game. Before we do that, we're gonna have one quick interview, so hang out. We'll be right back.
Once again, I am back. This is Alteris, back on the interview. We have one quick intermission interview before we go into our fifth and final round of the ERCS Invitational. I will be doing a quick interview of HistoryTeacher, aka Mr. Smelly. Alright, here we go. Hello, can you hear me?
Hello, I can.
Hello, Mr. HistoryTeacher, also known as Mr. Smelly. Wow, your dial-in ults are some of the most impressive dial-in ults I've ever seen in the history of this game. And as we all know, the wind-up for her ultimate actually got nerfed in the past few patches. So it's actually, in my opinion, it's actually quite hard to land. Can you tell me your secret of how you're able to get such good ultimates every single time?
Don't be afraid to make a mistake. So honestly, sometimes when you see people that are going to teleport, so in that case, I think it was Emma's hat she teleported to, or like Hyjin using her E, you just have to, either go for it or not. And I'm going to go for it. And if you hit it, it looks great. And if you whiff, right? And so it's just part of the fun of playing the game.
That's a great answer. I totally agree. That limit testing, it's such a good way to practice. I'm so looking forward to your fifth game performance. I believe you'll hit more and more of those ults. Thank you so much for joining me for this interview, and let's move on to the fifth and final game of the Invitational.
Sounds good. Thanks for having me.
Okay, time to pass the mic back to Skaz.
Alright guys, it's time to get into our final game. Well, it's been a long road. It's been a journey getting here. And I think it's time to finish this thing out. I'm going to get back into the call with Homecoming, my wonderful, wonderful casting partner. Where's he at? Homecoming, you there? Homecoming.
I am. Hello.
Hello. Okay, you ready to go into the final game?
I am quite ready to go to this final game. It kind of breaks my heart that we're only seeing one more game of these players duking it out for an entire 15 minutes, but I'm excited nonetheless.
Honestly, I'm almost like, I almost wish I could be like, hey guys, you want to stick around and do another one? Like a little bit of like a squad game or something. Like, I've loved watching these players play. I'm not going to hold anyone to another round since I only told them it'd be 5, but man, I've been having such a great time. Hopefully in the future, if we do get enough support for these events, there will potentially be more on the horizon. So guys, It's time to go into our final game. I hope you're all excited because I am absolutely stoked to see what our players are going to bring for the final game because, hey, this is it. This is what it all comes down to. So let me tell our players that we're ready to go and we'll get right into this last match.
Wow, okay, so one thing I've noticed about like you know, other tournaments like opens, like the ERCS that we had, like your community tournaments, Tom's community tournaments, a lot of these tournaments like that have cash prizes, you know, usually when people switch off of their main character, it's a bad thing. Like you think that they're just tilted and they're gonna lose the rest of the games, but the character swaps we've been seeing like by the players in this tournament have actually proven to be really effective, and it's not like they're just switching to one character and then suddenly they have success. There's people who have been like switching characters every game or every other game, and they've been finding different success levels with each one.
Yeah, I've been seeing these people who've been switching to different characters have been doing exceptionally well. Like Sona pivots over to Emma and just annihilates the lobby. Like I love it. I love seeing these changes, these adaptations. Players are reading the lobby. They're reading these paths. Maybe like we saw Samsora, who got bullied out of his starting zone in the first game. Ever since then, he's been on a completely different path the entire time, and he's thriving. He's doing a fantastic job having made that adaptation. So these players, they did their homework. They came prepared with multiple builds, multiple plans. Nobody here is slacking. Everybody is here bringing their A game, and I love seeing everything that our players are brought. I said this before, I'll say it again. I could watch this exact lobby of players play every day and I'm good. These guys are so much fun to watch.
We have Kuvira on Hygiene for the second game again. They only got one kill last game and it was against Maplestreet, but oh my gosh, they were performing really well. The fights that they had, a really close fight against Dyrus, they got cleaned up by Yozu last game, but I do want to see more from this Hygiene.
Yes, as we get into our second game right now, we are seeing that Hedgen, which is, honestly, this is a character that we have not been seeing the entire tournament until Kuvira brought it out. So I'm really excited to see what more Kuvira can bring here in this last round. Additionally, we are seeing very early Maple getting in a little bit of putting some aggression onto FanHOTS, as both these players are both trying to get their Electron Blasters sort of online as soon as possible. I'm assuming Maple is going to run over here and try and kill the chickens, because both these players, they need leather, which means that we're gonna have to, you know, that 50% is kind of rough over there. Also, we're seeing a bunch of players over here trying to teleport at the same time. Is anyone gonna grief this? Absolutely. Okay, Yozu puts a little bit of damage on the stack. I love it. I love to see it. Aside from that, though, no one really going for the grief. We didn't see like Alex Hitch pulling anyone with you know, Sisela, nothing like that. Also, speaking of which, did you see that Alex Hitch was playing Sisela?
I did. I'm not sure like if he just went to most popular builds and downloaded the first one with Korean characters or what he's gonna do this game, but I'm looking forward to the first time I've ever seen Alex Hitch Sisela. Yeah, I don't think I've ever actually seen Alex Hitch playing Sisela. I think he knows that he is in such good shape points-wise. He doesn't necessarily need to deal with, like, he doesn't have to have an amazing game to maybe secure his spot at rank 1, because he did have 3 insane pop-off games in games 1, 2, and 3. But honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if he probably has a 6 Sisela too. No pun intended, but he probably has a very good Sisela as well. Looks like his first victim has been spotted. Sino off on the beach. He doesn't have much mana, but it does look like he has enough for pull. Oh my god, he pulls himself, Alex Hitch! The lack of Sisela games might be showing here. Sino does walk out. Alex Hitch is kind of disappointed, but continues leading the beach. Yeah, just like that, we were seeing Alex Hitch not necessarily converting that into a kill. We are also seeing feviknight over here. She has finished the Azure Dagger. feviknight is looking quite good at the moment. I've been very consistently impressed with... Wait, Dyrus! Whoa, I missed it! No! FanHOTS! Ooh, let's go, FanHOTS. FanHOTS with a very, very nice early kill onto Dyrus. We also had Catonmarz over here in the top side of the map, picking up Kuvira, our Hedgen player, in the top side of the map. We have Sona in an engagement with feviknight, as Sona is dropping incredibly low. feviknight really hard to get away from, as Sona is going to end up falling to feviknight. Oh my gosh, these players, they get so aggressive right here at the start of the game. We're not used to seeing so many people going down right at the beginning, as these players are just playing so aggressively, and none of them are even fighting Luki, who's been our most aggressive player consistently. Luki is actually getting items online pretty early into the game, which, oh my gosh, Alex Hitch wants tree. Yozu lands all daggers, but looks like Alex Hitch is just way too healthy. Wow.
Alex Hitch showing that he doesn't need mana to win this fight. He had just a perfect amount of mana in order to activate that ultimate, in order to get that kill into Yozu. And just like that, we're seeing 4 players all dying so fast and so early in this game. Alex, look at, oh my lord, Alex Hitch taking the stuff off of Yozu's body, already getting the straight jackets finished. And also, hold on, wait a minute, we have 3 Zahirs. That is an absurd number of Zahirs.
Yeah, it looks like feviknight didn't have any school victims this game. Has been kind of walking around Avenue for a little bit now, maybe running into the others here soon, but looks like they've been avoiding each other for the most part.
We're seeing real BamBam over here in school, getting awfully close to Samsora and Alex Hitch. This could be a fight breaking out any second. We already saw Alex Hitch beat 1 Shoichi over by Tree of Life. The question is, can he beat 2? Sino in a very fast engagement against Maple. Dude, all of these people are just dropping instantly before I even have a chance to go check out their fight. Maple picking up a kill on Beach.
Honestly, it's a pretty tragic story for Sino here. It looks like Sino was back in Beach because they got pushed out by Alex Hitch so early, and because of that, they found Maplestreet later in their build without their fully completed items, and it did spell death for Sino.
So I'm receiving word, and this is actually quite unfortunate. I don't know if this is true or not, but I'm receiving word that Sona's game actually crashed. And that is why they fell there over there in Avenue. I'm sorry about that, Sona. Sona was doing so well in our previous game. And unfortunately, just due to that crash, there's nothing we can do about it. That will be the end of game number 5 for them. We do have a lot of players falling super early. But what that means is that we're going to have a lot of players potentially using this momentum to snowball into a stronger late game. Alex Hitch and Catonmarz getting very close to each other. I have to point something out. Catonmarz is not playing Aya this game. Did you notice that?
Yeah, I actually, Catonmarz got a kill on Kuvira earlier in Alley, and this build is one that really uses Hyunwoo's passive super well. Doesn't have a lot of HP yet, but has pretty high defense, has decent damage, but uses Hyunwoo's kit to the best of its ability.
Ooh, BamBam circling Catonmarz, saying, maybe I want to take this fight. Maybe I can do this early aggression. We also have lukilukidota. He's got the weapon finish. He's got the Burnish Aegis and the Uchiwa. Getting a little close to our Rat Jam champion, IKeepItTaco, who unfortunately only has the Dioscuri done at the moment. If I just say, in just a 1v1 fight between these 2 players, I have to give the advantage over to lukilukidota, as he does have a little bit more finish. He does have a little bit more beef on that build between the HP of Bohemian and Burnish Aegis. Question is, can he catch Taco before he's able to just rat it out like he does in all of these games we've seen so far? Oh, Samsora dropping really low, really fast against BamBam.
BamBam without the ultimate, but still has cooldowns. The polymorph into Shuriken skill means BamBam might get third partied. Oh my gosh, Maplestreet chooses Samsora.
Oh my gosh, Maplestreet making the decision that Samsora should die here. Between these 2 players, he elected to eliminate Samsora. That's pretty much a 50-50 there. He can choose whoever he wants to die. We have a fight with feviknight versus MichaelUdall. A Zahir mirror match over here. Azure Dagger versus Ruthenia Marble. It looks like feviknight has got the early advantage on health, but the whipped ultimate from feviknight may be an advantage for MichaelUdall, as Michael managed to get a little bit more damage on a feviknight before this fight went into alley. Oh, a beautiful Q coming out of MichaelUdall. Does land on a feviknight. feviknight dropping really low. Just like that.
My.
MichaelUdall with the high ground advantage manages to snipe out feviknight, and feviknight, she does fall here at the end, or at the beginning of game number 5. We also have Turk dropping very low to some wolves. That's not a fight. Never mind. MichaelUdall, that was some very clean Zahir play, showing exactly how volatile these Zahir v Zahir matchups can end up being. Man, that was absolutely insane. Oh, he's got the bush advantage now. Ooh, Turk just gambling that he would be there in the bush, does manage to catch him, but does not have any shoes done at the moment. Maybe trying to pick something up off of feviknight's body. Keep in mind, MichaelUdall also not with the finished shoes yet. You're going to be in a little bit of trouble here if Turk does manage to just sort of commit to him and land. Yep, the E does land, but MichaelUdall has been doing a ton of damage to Turk so far. His ultimate is not quite available, so the Kiara cannot overcommit to this fight. Over here on the other side of the map, we have Catonmarz in a lot of trouble, as we have 6 players up here in Alley. We also have Elementz dropping to lukilukidota, our most aggressive player in this lobby. Early game griefer extraordinaire. Looks like he'll be picking up his first kill of this game. We also have MichaelUdall in a fight against Turk, and it looks like it is going to be MichaelUdall who does end up taking that kill. Interesting fight between MichaelUdall and Turk.
Another fight! Catonmarz and Maplestreet going at it in the alley.
These fights are happening so fast, and they're not lasting long, guys. They're very, very short as these players are just exploding each other really fast. Wow, Maplestreet with a beautiful combo. Catonmarz misses this stun against the wall, and just like that, Maplestreet, he picks up a kill on the Catonmarz. Will BamBam be able to third party this and clean up a kill? It remains to be seen.
Oh, the missed abilities. BamBam uses Dagger active. Not sure if he has the damage for this, but is looking for a combo. Maplestreet still has a decent amount of fuel left.
Wow!
BamBam without cooldowns. Sylvia runs him over.
Maplestreet looked so clean there in that engagement. Monka's steering straight into BamBam. That is going to be a kill going over to Maplestreet. Maplestreet's already up to 4 kills at the moment, looking so good. But honestly, just because you have 4 kills, just because you have the mastery, it doesn't mean necessarily that you're gonna, it doesn't mean that you're necessarily gonna win the entire match. An advantage is just that. It's an advantage. It's not an all-encompassing stat. So lukilukidota, this is a player, we've seen him be very aggressive early, and we've seen him do a ton of damage to players early in the game, but we're not seeing him necessarily make it to the end game and show us what sort of like late game transitions he can bring. We are seeing, however, a late game Cabana. I love this. This is exactly what I was talking about. This build is a 3 zone. You can finish all of this stuff within those 3 zones. He just needs to get the glacial shoes in order to finish these, and he'll be in great shape to go into the late game.
Maplestreet, MichaelUdall. MichaelUdall has an advantage here. Oh, Maplestreet trying to get the burst, gets the heal from Q, but MichaelUdall lands these Zahir abilities close enough to his death to take down Maplestreet.
Yeah, that was an incredibly close engagement between Maplestreet and MichaelUdall. I thought for a second that heal was going to be just enough for him to end up closing out that fight, but just like that, MichaelUdall picking up a kill on the player who already had 4 kills, 25 farm in this lobby. MichaelUdall is looking quite good at the moment, I gotta say.
Guys, you know who we haven't heard much of this game?
A lot of players, especially Alex Hitch, who is currently farming Wick, dropping very low. Alex, don't die to Wick. Don't die to Wick. No. Don't die to Wick. Oh, no. Alex? Any Wick fighters? Okay. Very close. That was
kind of sniffing this out. Finds the Wick body. Oh, does know something's happening here.
Ooh. Tries to get the pull, but it misses. That means that the E is currently on cooldown. If Mr. Smelly manages to, sniff this one out and go right in with the ult engage, the E will probably still be on cooldown. The key to beating Sicela is getting right on top of her and making sure that she can't kite you. So, does he go for this? I think he's choosing
the white rhinos for anti-heal, but Alex is just really strong, especially with the Wick buff right now.
Yeah, I think he's instead just opting to play it safe, knowing that Alex Hitch is Alex Hitch and is such a powerful player. Okay, lukilukidota is online. Look at this. Look at this man. He is geared right now.
Mr. Smelly and a HOTS player getting a fight down in dock. FanHOTS with a huge ultimate. Oh my gosh, Mr. Smelly with the execute. FanHOTS uses pistol active, try to dodge out. Oh my lord. A really good rotation of cooldowns by both players, but FanHOTS really uses pistol active to the best of his ability, and he does take down HistoryTeacher.
I gotta say, FanHOTS looked so good there. Like, I thought as soon as that ultimate came down from Mr. Smelly, like Homecoming, I thought he was just gonna win that fight. Like, that looked like it was an engagement going in his favor. But just like that, you saw that really clean outplay using the W to get that extra distance to get away from Dylan. Because, I mean, if Dylan's a melee character, and if you're playing a range character, use your mobility skills to get away, get that spacing, get that distance. And that's exactly what FanHOTS did. And just like that, it's going to be FanHOTS picking up Mr. Smelly there over in the south side of the map. He is looking real good item-wise. He has the Laurel Wreath finished. He's got the Radar finished. He's fully built, 24 farm, 2 kills, looking great. Gotta say, looking fantastic right now.
Finding a golden box too. Let's cross our fingers here.
Okay, picks up a blazing dress.
Blazing dress for the optical camo suit. Blazing dress and golden wreath.
I gotta say, I like this. I love this actually. I don't just like this. I love this. This is so cool seeing the Electron Blaster, blazing dress, laurel wreath, radar. Like he's like full Enad with a little spicy dash of crit just sprinkled right there on the top. He is playing a very cool version of Razi. The thing about Razi is that after every skill cast, you do get a double auto attack. Bang, bang. And what that does is that it applies Enad twice. Enad, for those who don't know, if you're new to the game, Enad is that stat right there you see called extra normal attack damage. What that means is that it's like an extra on-hit damage for all of your auto attacks. So it basically, this double, auto is going to be applying the stat twice, which is very, very good for an auto attacker who's going to be getting a lot of double auto attacks just like that. Another nice thing about Enad is that it does go through defense, which is very relevant against a lot of late game builds that stack a lot of defense. Now we're seeing this fight over here between MichaelUdall and Alex Hitch in Hospital. If that tornado from MichaelUdall does land on Alex, there's a really low chance of Alex being able to recover in that fight. But since it did whiff, it looks like Alex does have the ability to just sort of poke out here, going for the self-pull just to get that shield, just to get that cooldown reduction. He's looking pretty good as MichaelUdall is being forced close to this like dead-end red zone area. Throws down the ultimate. Ooh, gets the stun. Ollie W's right into the tornado. A beautiful play by Alex Hitch there, although unfortunately, he didn't quite land the Q to get the follow-up onto MichaelUdall. MichaelUdall was forced to rest in the red zone and sacrifice almost all of his timer in order to survive here in this fight.
Alex Hitch knows he has to come back this way, so kind of waiting, taking the heals up for himself as well.
Ooh, Alex Hitch is camping out the bush, knowing that MichaelUdall has really no effective way of just getting past this without hard committing to this engagement. MichaelUdall is in such a rough situation right now, but Alex Hitch is low too. Michael, he could potentially burst out Alex Hitch as he is awfully low at the moment. Ooh, he manages to get away and the E does not connect. Just like that. If I'm MichaelUdall, I am just running away. I am trying my best to... How's KeepItTaco doing? He's... Okay. He's basically... like, I'm just trying my best to survive and get away from everything. But instead, it looks like MichaelUdall will end up getting caught there by Alex Hitch. Alex Hitch takes down MichaelUdall.
Beautiful pull by Alex Hitch to finish a kill there. MichaelUdall didn't have many places to run. The hospital was closing as well, so... he couldn't exactly TP out as long as Alex Hitch was trailing him, so good spacing by Alex Hitch to keep him from full healing, and eventually led to a kill.
So right now we're down to our final three in this round. We have FanHOTS playing Razi, playing Golden, oops, all golds Razi. We have Alex Hitch, who is playing Sisela, not a character you see on him very often, but he is doing a phenomenal job right now, trying to burst people with Shuriken Hedge. And of course, we have IKeepItTaco, who is doing his very best to just get placement points. Love to see it. Luki died to Sisela R apparently from somewhere else on the map. I didn't even realize that. No! Taco! Run! Get away from this man. You need to get out of there, my buddy. Okay, just like that. IKeepItTaco doing what he does best and getting out of that engagement. This is the highest tier of survival gameplay. As a survival game, he is really focusing on the survival part, and I love to see it. Taco, I love this. I genuinely love this so much. Oh no, trap number one, trap number two. He dashes right through them. Taco looking very good, but he has backed himself into a corner.
Back to square one. Alex Hitch is a man of violence. Taco is a man of peace. But hopefully FanHOTS will help the pacifist Taco out here.
I love it. I love it so much. The question is, okay, hold on. Speculation time. I want to see FanHOTS and Alex Hitch clash with each other. I want to see a like bloody, brutal brawl between these two players. I want to see them just like taking hits and then throwing punches right back. And then right as they're both bruised and battered and almost dead, we have, oh, is that him from the side? The hero, Taco, to clean up? Nope. Instead, it's gonna look like it's more like Alex Hitch doing a ton of damage to FanHOTS with the ultimate coming down. Woo! FanHOTS dropping awfully low. Trying to just get away at this point. Looks like Alex Hitch gives up the chase and FanHOTS is able to get away. Well, just like that. We have FanHOTS surviving to live to see another day and potentially fight another day. Taco, my man, he lives.
45 seconds until final zone. FanHOTS actually has remote mines here. He placed one in the bush to defend himself, but that means he still has at least 2 more. I'm assuming Alex Hitch has traps because he placed 2 fire traps in earlier. Probably 4 more fire traps out of Alex Hitch. So there are gonna be some traps in this final zone, and we see them being dropped now.
Although I gotta say, FanHOTS is doing a fantastic job of clearing out those fire traps. He's pretty much playing this perfectly at the moment. If he he's got remote mines. Well, so does Alex Hitch. Both of these players have remote mines. While Alex is trying to clear the traps, FanHOTS is deciding maybe this is his chance to get some poking, get some damage in. Waiting in the wings, of course. You can't count him out yet, guys. We have IKeepItTaco ready to pounce at any second. God, the absolute patience of this man. He's so poised and precise with his survival tactics. Now, unfortunately,
quite know about the bombs here, so that might prove troublesome for him. It seems like he doesn't have the memo of building all the bombs that FanHOTS and Alex Hitch have.
Oh no!
FanHOTS tried to sneak in. Oh no! Taco is in the zone now. There's 1 bomb. There's 2 bombs. HOTS player is actually trying to get the kill on Taco for the heal. Does get it off.
Ooh. He's actually doing a fantastic job in this fight, but it vaults over Alex Hitch. He's putting a ton of pressure on Alex. FanHOTS is currently in the lead. Oh, but a beautiful turnaround by Alex Hitch will end up securing the kill, and FanHOTS drops, and Alex Hitch, he takes game number 5. What a close finish.
Wow, FanHOTS played that extremely well. It was a lot closer than I thought it was going to be, especially with Alex Hitch having that many traps. FanHOTS too close to taking that one.
FanHOTS looking so good there at the end. Guys, in first place, our final round of the Invitational, we have Alex Hitch. You know him, you love him. He has 4 kills. First place, bringing out a different character in every single round. In second place, we have FanHOTS showing us how good he is at Rozzy. An absolutely incredible game out of FanHOTS with 3 kills. In third place, he's in every top 3. We have IKeepItTaco, the people's champ, the rat champ of all. With 0 kills, but it doesn't matter. They got that placement points. He is looking real good. He may, yes, he may not have won a game, but he has won our hearts. IKeepItTaco in third place. I want to give a huge shout out to MichaelUdall playing a beautiful Zahir in the final round, getting 3 kills, as well as in 7th place Maple with 4 kills on Sylvia. That's all right. That is it for the final round. That is it for our special shout outs. Guys, that's it. It's time to calculate the scores and see who ended up in the top half, who ended up taking home some prize money. Give us 1 second, we're gonna calculate the scores, and we'll get that out to you in just a sec. Sit tight, guys. Before we get that out, before we manage to close out this Invitational, I want to give a few special shout outs. First of all, I want to give a massive shout out to every single person in this event. I'm going to drop the player list command in the chat so you can see them for yourselves. It would not have been such a special event if it weren't for every single one of these people here joining us, playing, participating. We love you all so much for being here. I just want to say every single person who is here: Alex Hitch, Catonmarz, Dyrus, Elementz, FanHOTS, feviknight, HistoryTeacher, aka Mr. Smelly, as well as IKeepItTaco, Kuvira, lukilukidota, Maplestreet, MichaelUdall, Real BamBam, Samsora, SinowBeats, Sona, Turk, and Yozu. All 18 of you guys, thank you all so much for joining us. Thank you all so much for playing. We love you all here in the Eternal Return community, and we hope that you guys come and play with us again in the future. As well, I want to give a massive shout out to Nimble Neuron for sponsoring this event. This event would not be happening in nearly the same capacity that it is currently happening if it weren't for Nimble Neuron. So thank you so much, Nimble Neuron, for providing the prize pool for this Invitational, as well as the entire ERCS from start to finish. Guys, we had a solo open, we had a squad open, and we're concluding the ERCS Season 1 here with the Invitational. I want to personally thank everybody here for coming and watching, supporting the channel, supporting the ERCS, and supporting our mod staff, our tournament organizers, every single person who helped make this month of tournaments happen. It's been It's been a journey. It's been an absolute journey. And if it weren't for you guys here supporting us, it wouldn't be happening in the first place. So thank you so much for being here and giving us so much love. So thank you guys. Thank you so much. Let's check out the scores because I'm pretty sure they are all calculated and all ready to go.
Thanks for hosting the tournament. Had a great time. 10 tenths would play again.
Catonmarz, thank you for the 25. I forgot I had my notifications on. Thank you so much for coming and playing, Catonmarz. I had a wonderful time having you here. Thank you so much. Guys, it is time to talk about the scores. I'm pretty sure they're fully calculated. Let me just double check real quick before. 1 second, guys. Okay, the scores are calculated. Let's get it going. Why is it a black screen? What the heck? Hold on. It was working like every time until this. Sometimes it's just like that.
Aesop wants to say something.
Aesop wants to say some stuff? Okay, well, while I'm dealing with this technical difficulty, Aesop's gonna pop in and say some stuff.
Hey everybody, it's me, Aesop again, your friend. I just wanted to say a quick shout out everybody for coming in, like this guy's already mentioned. Be sure everybody to follow on, check out all the players that we had today. Make sure you go check out their channels and everything. Make sure you support them so we can continue to do stuff like this in the future. And I would like to also host something like this again on a more official capacity. So we will have stuff like that coming in the future as well. So be sure to stick around for all of that. And yeah, I just want to make sure that everybody sticks around, everybody enjoys it, everybody has a fun time. If you have any feedback on Skaz's event today, the ERCS Invitational, if you have any feedback or anything, let him or me know, because I would like to use this kind of format for a future event as well. So please let us know in on Discord, on Twitter, email me, you know, whatever. Just let me know the feedback.
Do you have AIM?
And my screen name, yes. If MSN, you can find me on MSN Messenger. I'll give you guys my address so you can write me a letter, anything like that. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for playing. Thank you guys so much for joining in. Thank you for playing my game. Please enjoy it. Please continue to play. Tell your friends. Tell your neighbors. Tell your mailman. So,
Thank you, Aesop. Thank you.
Aesop, thank you so much.
Thank you guys. All right. Sorry for barging in like that again. Enjoy. Go ahead, finish up the rest of your stuff. Everything. Okay. Goodbye.
All right. Okay. So, guys, the final scores, they're here up on the screen. You see them right there in front of you. In first place, it's official. He made it. First place, 161 points. Absolute champion is Alex Hitch. You know him. You love him. He's an absolute beast at this game, and it shows. In second place, with such consistency, such bold and fantastic play coming out of him, is Dyrus. One of the most, I love Dyrus so much because he's been playing this game for a long time, like one of the earliest adopters of this game. So shout out Dyrus, thank you for always being here, always supporting Eternal Return. We love you, man. He had 83.5 points. In third place, HistoryTeacher, showing us what it's like to play Dylan at such a legendary capacity. HistoryTeacher, aka Mr. Schmelly, he played so well with 54 points. Now Maplestreet in fourth place, he brought Sylvia, the only Sylvia player in this lobby, and he played her so well. Maplestreet, all your practice, it did pay off in the end. Congratulations on fourth place. IKeepItTaco in fifth place, a man of peace, a man of the people. He secured fifth place with 47 points. Congratulations, IKeepItTaco. Thank you for joining this event. We had a great time having you here. Excuse me, I just coughed. FanHOTS with 45 points with absolutely wonderful Rozzy play. Thank you, FanHOTS, so much for joining us. We appreciated you being here. Sona. Oh, Sona, unfortunately, a heartbreaking disconnect in that final zone. But man, Sona, her Emma play was so clean. I loved having Sona here. Thank you so much for joining us with 39.5 points. MichaelUdall, absolute beast on Zahir. You saw the consistency. You saw how well he was playing this entire event. Thank you, MichaelUdall, for showing us such good Zahir play with 38.5 points. Catonmarz also with beautiful Aya play. We saw such big damage numbers coming out of that sniper Aya with 30.5 points, closing out our top half. And I would be remiss if I didn't shout out literally everybody else in the event. Samsora, Turk, Yozu, feviknight, lukilukidota, real BamBam, Kuvira, Sino, and of course, Elementz. We love you guys all for joining us. I had so much fun having you all here. Please, by all means, we'd love to see you again in the future when we have more events like this. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you all for watching, and that's going to be it for me. Homecoming, you are my lovely casting duo for this event. Would you like to give any special shout outs?
Oh, chat, what's up, guys? Yo, thanks for coming out today. I know it's a lot of people from a lot of different communities today, but I'm happy to see the Eternal Return community always come out. I know you guys have been helping these streamers, like, as they've been streaming, like, in the Eternal Return categories, helping out with builds, just giving advice if they ask for it. And it's so great watching you guys, like, coming out and helping these people, like, come kind of get into our game, because the community growing is only good things for us, and ASAP had a great time. I'm super happy you came to come by. Skaz, you and Alt put in so much work for this tournament, so thank you guys as well.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Guys, everyone go check out Homecoming. He streams this game frequently. He is an absolute beast in this game, having won the solo open and taken second in the squad open. Dude's a legend. Go check him out on Twitch, twitch.tv/homecomingna. Dude's a wonderful guy. In any case, guys, that's going to be it for me and everybody here at the ERCS. Thank you all for joining. Oh, wait, hold on 1 second. Oh, yes, let's do some post-game interviews. Who am I kidding, guys? The content's not over. We still got a little bit more for you before we close things out here. Guys, let's get some post-game interviews. Who am I kidding? Hold on.
Hello, it is me, Alteris, back for one last time as we do the post-game interviews. If Taco wants an interview, he can hop into the interview waiting room and I will drag him after the first two people that I'm going to interview. So I believe, I'm going to interview first in third place. I believe Dyrus is busy, so he cannot interview, which is fine. First, we're going to have our winner of the tournament showing a very dominant performance with a different character every single game, really flexing his knowledge. So let's get Alex Hitch in the interview channel. Hello, can you hear me?
Hello, I can hear you.
Hey Alex, so I have so many words for you. I believe first game you ran it down on who did you play first game? It's not Aya, bringing out that bin strategy with that overheat, and then second game you played Jackie with a million smart bombs, dropping them like whenever you do anything you just drop them on the ground, and you were like, okay, maybe I should chill, and then you bring out the Kiara. Can I get your thinking behind that?
All right, so those are my three main characters that I play, so I decided to bring them first, and then, well, basically Jackie can't kill anyone, and I knew I would probably lose, so the smart bombs was the only way for Jackie to actually beat anyone. Otherwise, I would probably have to just jump around for second, and then try to third party at the end, which Jackie does pretty well. As for Aya, she's just broken, so I just wanted to, I don't know, play her, and well, she's really weak early, but then if you get to the point where you have all items, it's just really hard to fight her. And then, yeah, Chara, I should probably not play her. She's, yeah. And it was, well, it's a good character. I'll say that.
That's definitely true, especially the game that you played, Kiara. Pretty much, I think most of the people are going AMP, and there was really nobody doing any sort of ENAD strategy, which is very, very good against Kiara. That was an amazing performance. And can I also ask you, since I think you're going with the theme of playing a different character every game, what made you choose Adriana and Cicella for the last 2 rounds?
So for Adriana, I was asked friends what to play, so they said Adriana, and I used flammable build, but apparently it looked like it was not updated to the latest patch. But nevertheless, I could get all the items, and the character seems like really fun. And then yeah, pretty much the same with Cicella. I mean, at that point, I think in terms of points, only Dyrus could overcome me if he would get really good game, and I really wanted to, I guess, show all the characters and keep the theme of playing different character every game. And I actually don't play that many characters, so at some point I had to play characters that I play for the first time.
Yeah, honestly, what an amazing performance, even though it's only your first time playing them in the tournament. Congratulations once again for your amazing performance and your win of $600. Are you gonna invest in stocks?
No, but I have the last words to say. I wanted to give the shout out and thank you to Nimble Neuron for having us and for hosting this amazing tournament. And I wanted to thank all the participants that were there. And I hope the game grows because the game is really fun. And I hope all the viewers enjoyed it. And yeah, free BMW. Thank you. Big love.
Thank you so much, Alex, for joining me today. Everybody type ! free BMW in the chat. Thank you so much. Let me drag you back into the waiting room.
Thank you.
So actually, Dyrus is here for an interview. I'm so happy that I'm gonna get to interview him. He is our second place amazing ISO player, so let's get him into the interview room. Hello, Dyrus, can you hear me?
Yeah.
So, first of all, I want to say congratulations so much on that amazing second place performance. You played ISO all 5 games, and your strategy was so consistent in all of them that I am really impressed. Could you tell me more about the strategy that you went into each game with?
I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say, but let's just say it was an early game strategy where I end up at hospital and kill everyone who enters hospital. And because the lobby's skill level wasn't all super tryhards and sweats, I was allowed to do it every game. There's one person in the way that stopped me from doing it, and it was it was like a Rozzy player with they had the letters 69 after at the end of their name. I think it was Turk. That's the only person who actually stopped me from doing what I want to do. So yeah, other than that, it was just I was just allowed to do it.
Yeah, now that I think about it, yeah, the strategy you used is a totally classic rush strategy. If you've seen it, if you've ever played on the Korea server, you know it. You know, it's very, very prominent and exists on many characters, but it's especially good on pistol characters because it allows you to finish that electron blaster. So
you already knew the answer to the question.
Yeah, but maybe chat doesn't, so like, you know.
Okay, I can appreciate that.
Well, it's like, I feel like I shouldn't hide it because I think it's such a well-known strategy that it's like, you know.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, next question. That path that goes from beach dock to hospital, I actually don't know how you're able to route for all those traps in those zones. So how did you get all those traps every single game?
So thanks to Proster's advice, I learned that you could actually change your build path by pressing P in game, and you can just put all the traps on the bar. I've played ESOL a lot, even though I don't play Eternal Return every day, but by playing a lot of ESOL, I know a lot of the recipes and for where to get them.
That's true. I do remember even when you were just starting the game, you were already learning those amazing trap recipes like smart bombs and double guillotines. Really admirable, and I'm so glad that it was able to pay off for you in this tournament. Congrats again on your second place. And thank you once again so much for joining us in this tournament and for joining me for the interview. And I hope you have a good rest of your stream.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I hope you enjoyed it too.
Oh yeah, I loved seeing everybody's performance. I saw so many traps. It's just such a pleasure to watch. Thank you so much once again.
Okay.
Okay, so our next interview is going to be the amazing Dylan himself. Wait, he's gone. No, come back, history teacher. You need to teach the masses how to play Dylan. Where did you go? You know what, while we wait for him, we're gonna get IKeepItTaco in the interview room because we need to talk to him about his amazing peaceful pacifist runs.
Hello?
Hello, IKeepItTaco.
Hello.
You are the man of peace, a fan favorite, Pie Master 7's disciple. Can you tell me about your...
Wait. Okay, so, Pie basically told me, listen, I tried to help you and give you tips, but now everyone thinks I taught you how to play like this. So, basically how it all started was I played this game for like 3 weeks after I found it out, because I'm like a League player, and it was really fun. And then I took a break, and he was like, hey, do you want to join this tournament to help give it some exposure? And I was like, you know what, yeah, it's a fun game, I enjoy it, I don't mind helping. So I go through this training arc with Pi, right? He's like teaching me everything I need to know for Jackie, because he mains Jackie, you know, giving me the tips and the ropes, and I'm all ready. And the first game I play, it's like the anime protagonist, he just joins the tournament and everyone's like 1,000 times stronger and he just gets absolutely destroyed the first round. I got one shot by Sona in like a second and a half and I was so confused. So after that, I was like, listen, I don't think I'm going to beat these guys if I try to play their way because the skill gap is way too big. So we need to come up with some unorthodox methods. So I just started like farming and you know, getting my gear and stuff like that. And then I realized, wait, these guys are bloodthirsty, they're really good at the game, and they're really aggressive. So if I just run around, let them take each other out, maybe we can finish top 5. And then after I finished top 2, I was like, wait, all I have to do is do this for the rest of the tournament and hope for the best. And now we're here. So I'm pretty happy. You know, it's not the most honorable way to play the game, but given the odds, I was like, this is the only chance we have, chat. Either that or we just die first every game.
Honestly, the fact that you were able to sort of, I guess, figure out the PvE rat meta in just one game with absolutely no intervention or instruction from Pie Master 7, by the way, that is really amazing. And you became a fan favorite, a chat meme, which is great, by the way. And honestly, you know what? It is a survival game. And you sure got a high placement because of your great survival strategies. It was really, really fun to watch. And yeah, thank you.
Definitely made sure to survive.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining. If you ever play in another tournament, can I ask, will you do the same thing, or do you think you're gonna develop a new unorthodox strategy?
I'll be honest, if I do join another tournament, I'm gonna try to make sure I improve and learn the ropes. But I won't lie, if I do join it, even after the training, and realize that I'm getting outskilled again, and that there's no way I can just like suddenly get better within one round, I was like, maybe I'll have to do something else again.
Hell yeah, man. Adaptation, we support that.
That's how we do.
Yup, this is truly a shonen anime arc as we know and love. Thank you so much for joining me today, Taco. And
thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining the tournament at all. We're so glad to see you and everybody, all the players come here. I will be dragging you back into the waiting room as we wrap up interviews
Goodbye.
for today. Goodbye.
Rack gaming.
So it looks like that is all for the interviews today. We were able to interview some of our top players on the scoreboard. Guys, I can't find the words for this, but everybody that we played with today is so amazing. Please support their stream. Please support their social media. They are all amazing players or streamers or whatever it is that they do. We support and love everybody. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will give the mic back to Skaz as he signs us off for the night.
Yo, I'm back. Guys, that is it for the tournament. That is it for the ERCS Invitational. Thank you all for joining me. Thank you all for joining us in this adventure as we all got to watch these incredible players come together and play Eternal Return. If you want to support the stream, if you want to support the tournament series, whatever you'd like to do to support, by all means, you know, show that love. If you tell Nimble, Neuron you enjoyed the events, tell the players who played in the event that you loved watching them play, show positivity, and let's all, you know, come together as a community to show that the NA competitive scene is here to stay, and it's here to be like a nice, warm, positive force. But that's going to be it for me for today. That's going to be it for the ERCS for the entirety of Season 1. Now, what does that mean for the future of the ERCS? What does that mean for future tournaments? Now, things aren't over yet. Guys, I can't announce anything officially at the moment, but I can assure you there is some stuff in the works, and we will be seeing more events very soon. Don't think that we're done. Don't think for a second that I'm going to let this momentum stop right here. We will be getting more and more ERCS out there for you as soon as possible, probably as soon, well, I don't want to say anything, you know, on the record yet, but probably as soon as February. You know what? Next month, we're gonna get some more awesome tournaments. So guys, stay tuned. Keep your eyes on the news. I'll be posting stuff frequently in the Discord, but that's gonna be it for this stream. That's gonna be it for the Invitational. Thank you once again for the 60th time to all of our competitors for coming out and playing. Show them some love. Say thank you for joining us in playing Eternal Return and repping the ERCS. But guys, that's gonna be it for me. I'm going to be rating Dyrus, because honestly, what a great guy. He deserves our love. I can't say this enough. I know I've been shouting at people for like half an hour to an hour, but really, guys, I'm so beyond humbled to have this sort of support and energy. And that is going to be it for me. Have a wonderful evening, afternoon, night, wherever you are. Have a good one, guys. Thank you all for being here.